Rocco speaking from Turing Reply Office. We are live. It's 8:30 sharp, and I'm here, honored as always, to start with you another night in live streaming together with our friends in Reply. Because I say hi to all the people watching us on Chick Norris Television, our beloved internal video platform, and of course to all the guys outside Reply watching us on Twitch, Reply U account. This is the live intro in order to welcome you, to let you feel, comfortable having your seat here in this virtual space in order to start the Reply Gaming Tournament Finals, reaching already its second edition and held together with our friends of Totem. Let me switch, the microphone, it's a bit in the middle. Go Totem is the hashtag, and we are happy to have set this incredible night in order to celebrate the end of another gaming tournament held together, Reply and Reply Totem team, and open to all the Replyers worldwide. We have amazing numbers for this edition as well. We are prepared to face a very long night of gaming, the next 2 hours approximately. Everything you will see would be live, is set to be live, so players are really waiting for their finals on the 3 games we will play together tonight. FIFA 21, Rocket League, and League of Legends. Those are the 3 games we are ready to play together. You are invited to interact with us on Twitch. You can share all your comments and questions and share your support, of course, to your friends. Nonetheless, on Chick Norris, the same. You can use the discussion board in order to share with us your doubts, questions, and of course, again, support the different players from different Reply companies and cities playing together with us tonight. Then, nonetheless, another very, very important surprise waiting for you. But before I'm gonna disclose you the surprise that will give you maybe some freebies, some giveaway tonight, we will have, it's already the time to welcome together with me some very important guests that are here in order to support me, or I will say it differently. I'm here to support a bit them, because that people are really the professionals. I will ask the control room to welcome all our guests into this call. We have a long list of people together with me. Here we are. They are appearing, and I'm happy to welcome the first one, which is Mr. Walcott and René Treur as well. Starting by René. Don't blame me, I will start with Walcott, which was the first one, and the new one, because you are a familiar face with our streaming. Walcott, hi there, welcome on board.
Hello, good evening. I'm really excited to be here. One of the first few times I'm getting to broadcast in English, so hopefully I can take some of the rust off. And
oh, come on.
Definitely the first time I got to comment Rocket League, which is a game I was really in love with some years ago. Then I devoted my whole life to League of Legends and became a professional at commenting League of Legends. So yeah, I'm really glad to be back to commenting some Rocket League for you guys.
Great, and thanks for for being together with us tonight. I will be back to you, Walcott, in a second. Let me just conclude the round of presentation by going on with a familiar face, because together with us for the second edition, Mr. René Treur in Holland. Am I right?
Yes, for sure. Ciao, Enrico. How are you doing, man?
René.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Oh, we are so happy of your availability with us tonight, and I'm in love with your shirt, definitely.
Thank you. Grazie.
Super, definitely great. As you may imagine, people watching us, René will be again our commentator, our caster for FIFA finals tonight, and as Walcott has already said, he will be the commentator of both Rocket League and League of Legends for tonight. But then, nonetheless, people, we are not alone, because we have invited together with us, I would say hi to Mr. Loki in Reply, my co-pilot for tonight. You know, guys, I'm the old guy here, and so we need a younger person together with me. So Loki, welcome on board.
Hi, Enrico. Thanks for having me today. I'm from London, so I'll be helping, from the London office in Reply.
Nonetheless, Loki, you are, you're passionate about gaming, right? You share together with the people in Reply Totem that passion.
Indeed, yeah.
Which are the titles you are most familiar with?
So my favorite title isn't actually being played tonight, but I'm a big Halo fan. But out of these games, I think Rocket League is pretty cool too. I like Rocket League.
All right, and you have a passion for streaming, right, as well?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. On Twitch?
Yeah.
Is there a channel you want to promote?
Probably not.
Not yet.
Not just yet. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for the opportunity, though.
Oh, come on, no problem. And thanks for, thanks for joining us tonight as well. I definitely the co-pilot, a person to assist me. I hope I'm just doing my job in trying to collect everything coming in. But then, nonetheless, there is still one person to welcome together with us from the Reply Totem team that I have already mentioned many times. I have the honor to present you Santil1. Hope I'm right.
Perfect. Yeah,
so.
You're right.
And
you're right.
A man, a part of the roster of Reply Totem for the FIFA tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. Nice to meet you guys. I'm honored to be here. Actually, I'm here representing Reply Totem Esports. I'm a FIFA 22 pro, and
wow.
I'm here to. Actually, unfortunately, I'm a FIFA 22 pro. I'm here.
Why unfortunately?
Just joking.
Okay,
but you know, when you compete on some games, you're gonna hate it. It's always like that. When you like too much something, then you start to compete and do something in a professional way. You are gonna not love anymore that title or that game. By the way, I'm here representing Reply Totem. I will be here to see and talk about the FIFA 21 finals. I will be happy to give some tips, to explain some stuff that are gonna happen, to analyze the gameplay and stuff like that. So it's an honor for me, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, and we are happy as well. I would say there is, of course, a difference between the kind of players you're going to watch together with us tonight, because those guys are repliers, people definitely playing video games, as for fun, for passion, but not as a job, because the job is a different one, part of the digital consulting company you may heard of, which is Reply. But then that's interesting as well to see what do we have in common with a professional player. You were mentioning me before that you're not that sure if you can spend the whole night together with us because you have to train yourself, right?
Exactly. I had.
What is the routine? Your general routine?
Actually, it depends. I'm gonna stream on Twitch as well every day, so usually in the morning I stream, then in the afternoon I have tournaments, and during the evening night I talk with my coach. We see the match of the day, so
wow,
we have to see which mistakes I've done, what is good, what is not good, how to change some situation, how to use some situation, because that's the most important thing that you have to do on the game. There are some situations, some script on the game, and you have to use to make advantage. That's the most important thing in video games usually.
Of course.
That's my routine.
You mentioned tournaments. Is there any big tournament we might support you for in the future?
It's incoming next week, next Friday. We will have the first FIFA Global Series qualifier that I'm qualified. Wow. We are 320 in the whole Europe, and we want to win it. We want to win it. It's the first real important tournament of the year. So hope it's gonna be good.
Of course. Good luck, man. We are here to, fingers crossed, supporting you and all the Reply Totems team, of course, involved in so many different games worldwide, with many people in different rosters. And so here we are again. This is the complete, the whole panel of pickers together with me tonight in order to welcome all of you guys watching us on Chick Norris Television for the Repliers part, and on Twitch, of course, for all the other curious students or professionals who wants to play with us tonight. You are deeply invited to let us know where are you connecting from. Share with us your passion, which are the titles you are mostly supporting or following. And again, we want to take this the more interactive we can in order to have fun together for tonight. It's 8:40 right now. We are definitely live here, me from Turin in the Reply offices, and all the other guys in different locations all over the world. In order to complete my live introduction, I would ask the control room here with me, guys. They definitely need some support because they are great in doing everything you are seeing right now live. if we can share the presentation I have, I will briefly let you know the agenda for tonight. Right here, we are already into the live intro I'm hosting right now. And then here we are, we can already present the different finalists of the games we have. In about 5 minutes or something, we will start with FIFA 21 finals. I will read this together with you. We will have out of we had 21 players in the tournament that, at the end they reached the final stage, and just the two you're seeing right now, Ayastan 10 and G Chantu, have reached the final stage for the finals tonight, that we are going to play best of 3, 1 versus 1. And René, of course, you are already warming up to comment that final. Right after,
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We will share some insights for the game starting in minutes. At 9:30, we will pass to another game, which is Rocket League, a new addition to the Reply Gaming tournaments, because it's new game this time. And two teams will play. I won the chair. That is, I guess, referring to the chair, which is the gaming chair that's gonna be the prize for the winner. So, the guys, they choose a name because of the goal they want to achieve. And Yvette's, that I guess it's something coming from the Italian, playing 2 versus 2 in the final game of Rocket League Best of 3 again. We had 18 teams. Sorry, I'm just reading those 18 teams that have faced the final stage, and right now we just have the 2 finalists for this. At 10 o'clock, approximately, we will have the finals of League of Legends, our final game with the 2 teams, Cisco Plan BU 8 versus Pega for Dummies. That are the 2 names of teams finalists for League of Legends. And then around 10:30, we will finish with final greetings and having, of course, a celebration all together. Let me advance quickly, because here's the surprise, okay? If you want, guys, you watching this live streaming, we kindly invite you to go to Instagram, open up your Instagram account, and looking for Reply You Labs, which is our official Instagram account. There, in the stories, you can see 3 different stories, 3 different polls, where you can predict the winners, okay, among the different that I have listed. If you pick the right finalist, the winner out of the 2 finalists, we will draw at the end of the night the winners among the people who have correctly predicted, the winner of some Reply Totem merchandise. I ask the control room if they can frame me. We have a beautiful Reply Totem t-shirt. Great stuff. You see it here with the Reply Totem logo. Then, wait for it. I'm going to do everything live here. Nobody assisting me. You might have the right to win the Reply Totem official jersey. That's the jersey for the tournaments, I guess. Santil 1. Can you confirm me?
I confirm it. I'm gonna show as well. So
do you have those?
So I can assist you.
You can assist me. Thank you very much. Okay. And then nonetheless, wait for that. Nonetheless, I guess it's the unthemed jersey, or sort of. That's great, guys. I want to keep one for me as well. So 3 pieces of the original Reply Totem merchandise that are at your disposal, guys. If you visit the Reply You Instagram account, you go in the stories and you vote on the polls to predict the winners of the 3 finals game. If you correctly get the right pick, by correctly predicting who's going to be the winner of each of the 3 games, you might have the chance to be drawn, randomly drawn, and be the winner of this instant giveaway that we have prepared for you. I guess Santil 1 has something to share, right? You have... Oh, yeah. You see it. So that's the one for the matches, right?
Not at all. This one is like the... How to say? The...
Trainings or before those?
Yeah, it's training, something like that. For presentation, actually.
Oh, presentation.
I'm gonna take the jersey as well.
A piece of merchandise for everything. Okay. A piece of merchandise for everything. Thank you very much, of course, to Reply Totem for giving us their merchandising pieces in order to, again, having these moment of fun all together. So, guys, immediately visit Reply You Instagram account, go to the stories, make your choices, predict the winners of the different 3 games we have for you, and then, as for a giveaway, you might be the luckiest winner of one of those 3 pieces if you predict correctly the winner of each of the final games. I would go briefly to, again, I've already talked about that, so go and do this. And then just to share with you the prizes that the guys, here we are talking about the finalists, so the repliers about to play the games. The FIFA 21 tournament will have for the first place the jersey I have already shown you, and the beautiful reply gaming chair made by Sparko. You see, it's a great award. That's why, I mean, the players are definitely targeting the goal. Then for the second place, the Reply Totem t-shirt and gaming keyboard made by Razer. And for the third, the t-shirt and the gaming mouse. I see Tommaso Berardi saying that I can confirm the chair is very comfortable. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. All right.
Actually, that's the jersey if you wanted to see it.
Please, Antonio. Okay. Oh, yeah, we like it.
Sick.
Beautiful. That's the newest one, right?
Yeah, exactly. We presented it like some days ago at the Milano Games Week.
Come on.
Enrico, question.
René, please.
Next year, if there's a third edition, surely you're gonna send me some of that merchandise, right?
You deserve it, man. You deserve
bring
it.
me to Turin to assist you.
Let me say that I will definitely share it with you even before the third edition that we bring anyhow together. But then you promise me anyhow you will wear that shirt in the comments.
For sure.
During the comments, okay?
For sure.
Yo, same. Count me up for that too.
Yeah, definitely, Walcott. We will do this. Definitely, we will do this.
Nice.
Let me get back to the presentation, guys, just to share again the prizes of the Rocket League tournament, which are basically the same, but of course, by having one of those for each of each member of the winning team, and then the second and the third, because it's not fair to split, a chair in two. And the same for the League of Legends tournaments. Again, 2 prizes per 2 for each of the different players. Last but not least, I would ask to the control room if they can share the slide again, because we have to announce in the past weeks we have a Call of Duty Warzone tournament battle royale night, which we are not going to comment tonight because it has already happened. But then the winners of these, which are those 3 guys, Coffee, X Galaxy, and Jukas Casella, they won a pair of headset and the beautiful Reply Totem jersey. And there we announced the first place for this tournament as well. I guess that we reached the end of the presentation because nothing else has to be shared. I see that everything is working. We have a lot of comments already on Twitch and on Chick Norris as well. So please, guys, we are live in order to have fun all together tonight by commenting the Reply Gaming Tournament Finals. If you want to share with us your support and comment, use the Twitch discussion board and the Chick Norris as one. Congrats to the Warzone survivors, definitely. They deserve it. I guess it's already time to start. So we will start as promised with the FIFA 21. And we can start welcoming the players into the stream. I see Daniel and Gabriele joining us right now. Gabriele might still have to switch on the camera if it wants. Okay, I see you both guys. Hi there. Just make your final face for the game.
Stare down.
Hi.
Kind of. Hi there, guys. Pleasure to have you together with us. Gabriele from Technology Reply in Verona. Am I right?
Yes.
Pleasure to have you. And Daniel, which is actually a familiar friend with us because you will be in the finalist of the first edition too, right?
Yes, but with not a good ending last time.
Okay, so good luck to you, of course, and fingers crossed. But then, again, for Gabriel as well, Daniel from Cisco Plan Reply in Gütersloh, right? North of Germany.
Yes.
All right, so good luck, guys, both of you. And we can officially start collecting the video signal of the game. Control room working on that. I would say anybody is welcome to help René in the commentary of the game. Then, nonetheless, guys, René will have the hands on the steering wheel because he's the professional caster of this section of our Reply Gaming Tournament Finals. I see appearing the choice of the games. I guess so. It's in Italian, but then no worries, everybody. We'll have. It seems like we have the same team, René. for both the two players.
Yeah, for sure. I was already informed that we would see Gabriela and Daniel both playing with Team France. No worries, of course. That's something that happens very often. It's just important for us to know which one of the players is controlling the blue home jerseys and which one of them is controlling the white jerseys.
Right, of course. You are already aware of that, or we have to ask?
If we can ask, or maybe Gabriela can hear us.
I'm blue. I'm blue.
Daniel is the blue one.
Thank you so much.
All right, and so assuming, of course, Gabriele would be the white one. We are seeing the presentation of the two teams. They are not that different, honestly, but then that's it. Santil one, is it common to see?
Here I am. Actually, with normal teams, like not FIFA Ultimate Team squads, France and PSG are the most chosen team. So it's common. Yeah, it's common.
Okay, not that uncommon in general.
Important to note, by the way, that we're using FIFA 21 and not FIFA 22 just yet.
I know.
Yeah,
I've seen
for the viewers as well.
Okay. I see the game has started officially. That just gave us a second to. I mean, yeah, you can play, guys. Just give us a second to get the main signal on board. Here we are. Okay, René, up to you.
There we go. Thank you so much, Enrico. This is going to be a good match. Certainly, of course, like you said, Gabriela Santorino versus Daniel Bedrocian. And as we already mentioned, Daniel was here last year in this same tournament. And he reached the finals as well in a tournament featuring over 30 players. This year, 21 players competed. And right now in the white kits is Gabriela Santorino, or G Santu as we know him, coming close, but not entirely there to create a chance just yet. As we said, playing FIFA 21. And it looks solid enough. A little bit of lag now and then, but of course we can see perfectly what's happening. And we have, of course, Santil 1 here to give us some pro insight. Santil, do you know these players from the competitive scene, or just as colleagues maybe?
Actually, no. I don't know that, but actually, I'm seeing in the first part of this game there is an high pace going from one side to another side really fast. It's not that common to see this pace. There is usually a lot of ball possession and. I'm kind of enjoy. It's so enjoyable this gameplay in this way.
Yeah, very offensive. And like you said, some players. Oh, there's a big chance, by the way. Rebound falls kindly, but doesn't go past. I think that must be. Keylor Navas in goal. Keylor Navas. Hugo Lloris in goal, of course. It's not PSG, it's France. And there we have the first goal. It's the blue kids. It's Daniel Bedrocian, the man who came so close last year. He went home with a silver medal and some of the prizes, but not that big #1 gold medal. This year, he's eyeing the big prize. He wants it more than ever because, of course, 2 silver medals in a row in a tournament like this, it's impressive. But in the end, years from now, when we've had 50 editions of the Reply Gaming tournament, of course, when people are looking back, they're looking back at the #1s. So that's what he wants right now. And he's already 1-0 up. Of course, best of 3 final, so it's not done yet. But look at this. Great skill move, but then skips past the defender. Good shot. But of course, sent to his keeper, Hugo Lloris, there to keep it out.
Actually, Daniel was doing a really nice stuff that also a lot of pro is doing that. He was at the edge of the box. Most of people wanted to try their chance to shoot. He's making the extra pass that is very, very important in this game. So we see another time that he's always looking for an extra pass that is really, really important in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. G-Santu defending very well here, needs to hold on. Of course, like we said, this is a best of 3 match. And during the first match, until the end of this match, you can still vote who is going to win. And you still have a chance at winning some of that insane Reply Totem merchandise. But look at that, great passing once again on the flank. There's a lot of space, pockets of space on that right part of the flank. And of course, Bedrocian has his eyes set on that space. He's exploiting it. But now the counter comes in. It's Santorino venturing forward, then loses the ball near the 16-yard box. So no danger just yet, danger averted. And look at that, once again in the right channel, the running man. Once again, the space has been found. Here comes the cross. Can he connect? Yes, he can! 2-0, 25th minute. Ousmane Dembele, so fast and so sharp in front of goal. Of course, if he's not injured, because at Barca, he hasn't been able to show his true form just yet. But here on the digital pitch, he is showing it in the hands of Daniel Bedrocian, or Hayastan 10 as we know him. So Santil, you already said it. You love the way these players come out of the cages just straight into the 6th gear. What we're used to seeing in oh, maybe I have to lose my train of thought because a little danger coming in from G-Sentu. But I was going to say, on the professional scene, you would see players just, especially if they don't know each other yet, just hanging back and trying to get a feel for what their opponent likes to do. Are they pressuring high up the pitch, or are they hanging back and waiting? How much time during a match would you typically spend on maybe checking out your opponent before you go into your usual mode?
Actually, it's a complicated speech because during the competition the pace is very slow always, but there are a different how to say school in Europe. Italians are always so slow, while German and North European style is so fast, going from box to box.
This is true for virtual football as for the real one, right?
Real football as well. Yeah, that's right. I always say that there is some real football into the virtual one. But usually the first game is like study the opponent, seeing what he's doing and what he's not doing, and the second game where it's more open, because in the second game usually it's both you, the competitor, you have to win the match. So the second half of the second game you play as better as you can, you try to score, but at the beginning, the first game is always so slow.
Yeah, for sure. Hayastan doesn't play slow at all, and G-Sentu, of course, tries to hit hard on the counter. There we go, perfect through ball. 1-versus-1 situation. He's up towards the keeper. Oh, he gets just stumbled off the ball just enough by the defender to make sure that the keeper can get a hand to it. And then Pafar can bring in play once again for Hayastan 10. He's up 2-0 just in front of the break. Almost at the halfway line. G-Sentu now has control of the ball though. Can he unleash one more offensive move? Not right now, because Hayastan takes over once again. It's coming closer to the 16-yard box. Not going to be any danger just yet. G-Sentu defending well, but not holding on to the ball well enough. He still brings a little bit of trouble his way. Pockets of space in the left side of the field. Exploited really well. Good link-up play with the wing back, but then he loses the ball, and then there's a lot of space on the break, maybe, but the time just isn't there. Half-time whistle. And of course, we might note that the 3rd place prize has already been won by Eddie XSA in a match against Fossarit. Managed to win it 2-0. And of course, he has won that 3rd place prize of a great gaming mouse, the Razer Basilisk V3, and the Totem Free Time t-shirt as well. So right now, its most important prizes going out. It's of course the Sparkle Reply branded gaming chair and the Totem tracksuit for the number 1 finisher. Right now, it's looking like it's Bedrocian, but of course, this is a best of 3, so it could go either way. Santil 1, how much times would you see a best of 3 match open up 1-0 to one of the players and the other player totally turning it around on the professional scene?
Actually, there is not so much BO3 in the competitive scene, but yeah, there are a lot of comeback on this game because there is a lot of CPU, there is pressure that is very broken.
Yeah.
That's why we love to say. So last year, me especially, I did a lot of comebacks, losing the first game and then winning the second.
Usually it's a home and away system, right? So you play 1 game home, 1 game away, and then the combined result either gets you through or...
Yeah, but no, with overtime and penalties, because there is no away goal. That's what I wanted to say. So it's like aggregate for the first and second match, and if we are drawing at the end of the second match, we make overtime and penalties.
Yeah, G-Sentu finally with an offensive move that creates a lot of danger, gets into the box, tries to link up with his striker, with I think Guzman Dembele there, doesn't quite reach him. Hayastan with a defender in between, and now he's eyeing that back line, and he's seeing a lot of space in behind, but his strikers are not making the runs just yet. Of course, Santil 1, you can trigger some of those runs, right? You can at some point trigger your wing strikers to run deep.
Well, sorry, I didn't get it.
As a player, you can at some point trigger some runs from your offensive players, right? If you're holding the ball with a midfielder and you want to play it over the top in behind the back line. Right? How hard is it to both see the player that's holding the ball that you're controlling and see the striker in a potentially dangerous position and unleash that move in the right moment? How hard is that?
Actually, it's the main skill gap. So at the beginning, that's the first thing you learn. After that, you try and retry and practice for a long time. It's not that hard, but I know that at the beginning, when you are not, you don't make it usually. That's a bit hard because you have to see the striker going forward, getting behind, and you have to see your midfielder. The timing is the key of this game.
Yeah,
timing
sure.
is the key.
Absolutely. Can't agree more. Of course, I haven't played at the level that these guys have played. My career was in Counter-Strike. But of course, crazy about football. So I've become a FIFA commentator, even more so than a Counter-Strike commentator.
Different kind of sport.
Oh, look at that. There's a great through ball on the flank. Once again, it's Lemar with the run. He's going to have to hold on to the ball. It gets pushed off by the defender, but still keeps possession. There comes the shot. Kylian Mbappe close to unleashing a thunderous effort, but the defender is there to clean up. It was Kimpembe with a valiant effort. And now on the other side might be danger looming large as Chi Santu just keeps his composure, stays calm. How important is it to stay calm and keep your nerves until one, especially in a situation like this at 2-0 down?
I always say that mental skills are more important than... Oh, wait.
Oh!
That's a goal.
Yeah, for sure. There's the mental skills of Chi
Mental
Santu.
skills are more important than gaming skill, because
Yeah.
if you're out of mind, you are never gonna win a match. So
Exactly.
you have to be calm, to don't rage, and you can always overtake. You can always come back a match. So mental skills are really important.
For sure, yeah. That's probably the most important tip to any of the viewers out there. Always stay calm, no matter how many goals you're down. Always let your mind control your reasoning, and don't let the clock control your reasoning. And of course, good shot over the top from Chi Santu. He's really threatening right now. He's got 15 minutes left. Could still get a result. And very important to control your breathing as well. I'm not sure if that's something you're focused on, Santil, as well, as you're practicing or playing, to have your breathing be calm.
I did it. I always do. Actually, I practice during the weeks with relaxing my mind, breathing, and drinking a bit. That's also very important.
Yeah, staying hydrated for sure.
Staying hydrated, have your pause when you need it, and don't rage and go into the match too much, because sometimes you need to relax and stop for a while, drink something, breathe, and then come back into the match.
Yeah, for sure. Santu is in a tough spot.
Coach. We have our mental and technical coach. So
yeah,
actually, it's up to them when we have to stop or when we have to continue to play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's so important to have a tactical coach as well as a mental coach nowadays, and maybe even a sports psychologist. Some other games. Oh, look at that through ball. This might very well be the decisive goal. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Hugo Lloris keeps it out with a valiant effort. Oh, that's a great shot, but just didn't go in. He looked for the far post, but then Lloris, of course, an excellent goalkeeper. Oh, look at that attempted through ball. Cheeky attempt, but then again, defender steps in between, and once again it's Hayastan on the ball. He could very well put this one to bed early, this first match in this best of 3, because right now 4 versus 3 situation, if he plays his cards right, the runner in from midfield is not going to be able to link up with play, and that means there's a lot of space for Santu to maybe create an equalizer. And if we see an equalizer, I think we should probably ask Enrico Giovannini, will we see extra time? Because we need a winner, right?
Yeah, definitely, but it's best of 3, so I guess that it's gonna be...
so we can't have draws in the individual matches.
Exactly, that's what I deeply think, that I has to reply totem team behind me if there is... Oh, golden goal, they tell me.
Ah, golden goal, extra time, that's perfect. But we're not going to need it today, because the referee blows his whistle, and this first match in this best of 3 goes to Daniel Bedrocian, the 28-year-old from Cisco Reply in Ottersloot, Germany. And he's got a 2-1 win in the bag. He's playing with France, of course. Hayastan 10, his nickname. And he went through the brackets. Maybe we have the brackets on screen. I have them here for sure. Hayastan 10 managed to win 2-0 against Fossarit in the semi-finals, managed to win 2-0 against Marquinho 96, and a 2-0 against Rob 90 as well. But the one, little favor that he had was a bye in the first round, and G Santu played one match more. Santu not winning all of his matches 2-0. He managed to win one with 2-1 in a best of 3. So he's already given up one map before. Map or match, so to speak. And if we look at his bracket, it was a tough affair as well. He went through Eddie XSA, who managed to win 3rd place in this tournament, in this competition. So he already has some prizes. Managed to win it 2-0. Then he won 2-1 against Pazza Inter 96. And he won 2-0 against Jacopo Pip. And let me check, Maru CH.
Well, that was the complete story of the tournament. I would get back to my friend Loki for a brief comment of the game so far. I mean, of the tournament. Have you been surprised by the results for the first game?
The very first half was very electric. The goals came pretty quick. I think towards the end it did get a bit nerve-wracking, but I guess we'll see how the second game plays out now.
Yeah, exactly. Already started right now.
Let's see if it can be a 2-0 or if it'll go to game 3.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hope it goes to a game 3 because it's a very entertaining match so far. It's now Santu on the ball. He has it all left to do, but now he's on the back foot and he's pressured back, but he does hold on for dear life with his defensive players. Now he's linking up and he's out there with Digne, Pogba, Kante. And then, oh no, wait, that's the defensive players I'm naming out. It's Kante on the ball. And then Hayastan takes over with Kingsley Coman. Feeds it to Kylian Mbappe. 2 versus 1 situation. Oh, he goes for the link-up play. Should have gone for a shot in short corner, maybe. Oh, my days. That should have been a goal for sure. Santil 1, how would you have played that?
Actually, it was right. It was the right play because you always have to look in for the
100%
secure the goal. Yeah, exactly. The 100% chance. So it was the good play, but it was unlucky, just unlucky. But he did it good.
Unlucky and well defended by Santu, we have to say. Exactly. Gabriela Santorino, great job by him. He's been playing since FIFA 18 regularly. On FIFA Ultimate Team, he used to play Weekend League, which usually 20 to 23 wins out of 30. And
that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. And he's very passionate. He even developed an app called FUT Scoreboard that can track the results of your Weekend League matches. Now, on Weekend League, Santil, how would you fare? Would you get close to 30 or would you always get 30?
Actually, last year, it was 30 matches. I did like 12, 13 times 30. But
nice.
Most of the time I'm at 20, 29, 30. No, nice. Not less than 28.
There we go. We've got a first goal by Santu in this match. He's the one going up right now with Karim Benzema. Who else? The man who keeps scoring for fun for Real Madrid and France. Ever since his return in their national team, the national team has gotten stronger for sure. So Santil, are you a fan of the new FUT system with the 20 matches in a weekend? Is it easier to complete?
Actually, I like the new system. I always thought that there was...
big chance, and he converts as well. Hayastan 10, Daniel Bedrocian.
Every time I try to talk,
I'm sorry. 2 minutes after conceding the opening goal by Santu, he already replies, he ties it back up. He's already got the first match in the bag. Bedrocian, of course, like we said, finalist last year, grabbed the silver medal. This is it. This is his revanche tournament, and he has been impeccable so far. He's had only 2-0 results so far in this tournament, and he's looking to add another one because he's looking very, very strong. Although Santu now coming in, very dangerous 4 versus 4 situation, but he just overextends and then tries to feed it into Karim Benzema. Defender steps in and it's Thomas Lamar on the break. He's got a lot of options venturing forward. There we go. The link-up play is there. Kylian Mbappe on the edge of the box. Tries to unleash the trigger. No, feeds it in to his teammate Dembele. And there it is. 2-1 in favor of Hayastan 10 once again. He's up 2-1 like he was in that first match. And certainly Santil 1, he has the upper hand in this best of 3 now, right? How likely do you see it that Santu can still come back from this?
Actually, it's pretty hard because every single time that Daniel is going near the box, near the edge of the box, he's having chance again and again and again. He's making a lot of really smart extra pass into the box, and that's why he scored 2 goals in a row in so few times. Well, now we have a free kick in a really good position.
How would you take this? Straight on goal like this?
Yeah,
or would you
yeah,
have laid it off to a teammate?
On FIFA 21, straight on goal. In FIFA 22, you cannot do it anymore because goalkeepers are too good and you are not going to score from the direct free kick.
Yeah, for sure. They've also nerfed the wing backs, mostly their speed, by the way. But G Santu carving out a big chance for himself, tries to feed it back to the striker from the back line, reaches the byline, but then the link of play isn't there. Defender once again has the upper hand. It's Hayastan 10 now on the break. He's quick. 3 versus 3 situation. Whips in across. Oh, almost fumbled. The keeper releases it. And
oh, wow.
His defender doesn't clear it properly. Only as far as the nearest offensive forward. I think that was Lamar scoring there. One of the midfielders from Hayastan.
I think Dembele again.
Dembele again, of course. That makes a lot more sense because he only had 3 players up front. How would Lamar be there? Oh, look at that through ball. Good attempt, but Hernandez is quick enough to intercept. Now Dino on the left flank. His fellow wing back on the other side reaches Kante, one of the best players in the world for sure. Player of Chelsea who won the Champions League. Player of Leicester City who managed to win the Premier League in a, well, I'd say a Disney season. Nobody expected them to win, especially just after promoting to the first division in England. And then, of course, Kante also becoming a world champion with France as well. Lofted ball over the top. Ousmane Dembele, once again, so speedy, so fast. And then the ball gets fed into Kylian Mbappe, but he gets pushed off the ball almost. Although the skill moves of Hayastan managed to make him keep possession. Look at that. He's just toying with his opponent. 3-1 up. If he scores a 4th before the halfway line, surely this could very well be over after 2 matches. But Santu still has a chance. Santu now on the break. On the opposing half. He's got a lot of players on the right. Has he seen it? Should throw that ball over. Santil, surely you would have unleashed your right wing back, right?
Yeah, he's doing it. Actually, now he's trying to attack also with the back defender. Oh, wait, Benzema.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, again.
Well done, well connected.
Karim!
Yes,
Karim the dream.
Benzema never misses. Certainly pronto, that means he's ready. But he's going to have to wait.
We will see some changes, right?
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
now switching to 4-2-3-1 and is making Dembele, I think, into the match. But because Dembele of Daniel is kind of unstoppable, he scored 2 or 3 goals, and his 5-star weak foot is very important for this game. He can
a great
shoot
player,
left and right.
A great player every time he's not broken.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Of course.
That's true.
Then it's a virtual game, so no worries about it.
No worries.
This version is made of bits and bytes, so
Exactly.
no worries.
In the metaverse, you don't have this problem.
Nice. So 2 goals from Benzema. He's come out huge for both these players, by the way. G Santu just 1 goal down. He's got a full half to go. Santu 1. How would you play this? Would you start doubting your own style of play if you've already lost 2-1 and you are down 3-2? Would you change something in your formation, or do you always keep the same formation and just power through till the end, confident of your ability to still win the match?
Actually, like Gabriela did, if I had lost the first one and I was losing the second as well, I will try to change something to try to beat my opponent that is going better than me because he's beating me. So now we switch to 4-2-3-1 with the back defenders, the right and left defenders going wild into the attack. So he's trying something new because he understood that if he continues to play with the same squad, he's gonna lose. So yeah. I'm liking his way to do.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hope for him that it pays off. And we're about to find out as we're heading into the 5th minute with Hayastan 10 on the ball. Surely we don't want to see him score because that... Oh, it's actually Santu, of course, with the white kits coming in hot. So they haven't switched kit. in the second game. They still have the same kits as in the first game. And there's a big shot from Santu. Wow, he ties it back up. And that's exactly what he needs. Yeah, Benzema, always him. Exactly what the doctor ordered right now. Because, of course, Santu wants to force that third game. And then maybe come back all the way. And maybe once again push Hayastan 10 on towards that second place on the podium. Surely both these players want that gaming chair, that Reply gaming chair. And of course the tracksuit of Totem as well. That looks so insane. There we go. Good shots from Santu. He's actually on the front foot right now. He's had more possession in the second half. Of course, we're only 10 minutes on the way on the digital timer. Right now, Hayastan 10 once again on the ball. Let's see if he's getting nervous or if he just keeps on motoring like he did in the first half and the first match as well. That's a good cross in. That's going to connect. And there comes the shot. Hugo Lloris pushes it wide. We're going to see a corner kick. Here it's Lemar behind the ball. He takes it short. Ousmane Dembele, like you said, that 5-star weak foot. He can whip in a cross. Tries to reach. Not Kylian Mbappé. I think Kimpembe maybe. Who's still there for the corner, of course. That means the back line might be exposed. Now it's Santu on the ball. Santorino, great skill move. A lot of space on the flank. Once again, a pirouette. Oh, that's well defended by Hayastan. There he goes once again. Through ball. 2 defenders there to deal with him. But can they? Because he's got Lamar and he's got pockets of space to look for a striker. Reaches Mbappé, but doesn't quite connect. And then Santu on the break. 3 versus 3 to score. And the game is getting more and more tense. Certainly for Santorino. He knows this is his last chance. It's do or die. It's risk it to get the biscuit. Because right now, if he loses this one, it's all over. And of course, that's what Hayastan is playing for. That's what he wants. Another 2-0 to make himself the perfect winner of this tournament. Because he has been perfect so far. He hasn't lost a single match. Santil, do you think you can take him?
Oh, wait. Oh, again.
Wait for the chance. Thanks.
every time.
You see that commenting while watching sometimes gives you some tweaks.
Yeah, Santu in a 3 versus 4 situation. He could very well create something there for himself. Carves out a chance. Ooh, a little bit of a push. Not heavy enough to give out a penalty, of course.
There is no time to talk. It's like
for sure.
Really, no garbage time. Nothing. Nothing of those.
Again here.
We'll analyze right after. Hayastan 10 comes again. 4 players right outside the box and 1 inside. That's Kylian Mbappé, I think. Yeah, there he is, finally on the ball, but loses it. And then Santu with a little bit of space to exploit maybe on that right flank. Oh, come on. I want to see that lofted ball over the top. Try and beat that back line, but not happening just yet. He's going for the link-up play. The one striker up front, Karim Benzema, does hold on to the ball very, very well. Feeds in his teammates. Pogba to Kante. What a great midfield. Certainly used to be great midfield with Blaise Matuidi. Right now, carves out almost another chance. Santu, but Hayastan once again impeccable on the defense. Although, of course, he has conceded 3. He has already created 3 as well. And there we go. Once again, that perfect through ball on the left flank. It's Ousmane Dembele once again. He's so fast, but he tries to feed it to Lemar. And maybe link up with Kylian Mbappé. It's Kingsley Coman right now. Tries to unleash a shot. Not going to happen. Great defense there by Santorini. Once again, Gabriela now venturing forward. Already loses the ball before he reaches the halfway line. It's Hayastan 10. He could very well decide this match. Right now, if he scores 4 versus 3, certainly that's going to be a mental sucker punch for Santorini. Bedrocian on the ball. Daniel, could he do it this time? Could he get that gold medal? It's all here, right now. No buts, no what ifs, no take backsies. Last chance. He has to do it. And he's already 1 match up. Santu, fighting for a lifeline in this tournament, needs to force that 3rd game. He's got a lot of space in the center of the pitch. Kante feeds it in towards Benzema, not going to link up. 83rd minute, almost done. And still the score at 3-3. Hayastan could very well decide this match with one of his daggers, one of his insanely pixel-perfect through balls. There we go, once again, beating the defense. 3 versus 2. Whips in a cross. Good defense. Great defense.
Great defense, right.
Yeah. The diving header to clear it, but still danger not averted just yet. Once again into the box. Hayastan 10. You can't make a defensive mistake right now, Santu. because then you will concede a penalty. But he is very, very calm and collected, very cool as a cucumber. His mental game is on top right now. He has been down against Bedrocian several times. Yeah, he needs to find
here because he needs to try the last chance at the 90 minutes. No, that's a mistake. That's a mistake.
Yeah,
that's a
too
huge
fast.
mistake.
Now there's still injury time to go and create that chance for Hayastan, but he does lose the ball. So Santu has a little bit of a break here. Finally, in his favor. Maybe he could score here. No, it's Hayastan who is so calm and collected, who still clears his lines. And then one more chance. This is the last one. If it's cleared now, it's all over. He tries to go for a beautiful skill move. Tries to go for the highlight reel. But that won't go on Chuck Norris TV just yet, because that's the end of injury time. And we're going to see extra time. But of course, golden goal.
Okay.
Tensions will be rising. Santu 1. If you are Santu right now, how would you, we've already talked about the breathing exercises, etc. But would you go all out and try and create a golden goal? Or would you maybe hang back a bit and hope that Hayastan makes a mistake and that you can catch him on the break with a counter?
No, actually, I think that that Gabriela is managing in a better way the pace of the game. So I will try to push as much as I can to score a goal, because Daniel was close to win this match. Was 2 goals up, and
for sure, yeah.
I think that I don't know how to say in a specific way, but I think that now the game is on Gabriela's side.
Wow, that's a prediction.
For sure.
Yeah,
because you said, he was 3-1 down, and just for the break he creates that 3-2 goal, and then after the break he's been better. Like you said, he's controlling the pace of the game. Second half has been his. He scored the single solitary goal in the second half as well.
And that's now that is changing the squad with the 4-2-3-1 that was using in the second half of the game.
René and Santil, so right now we are about to face a new game which will see the first one scoring,
winning the Botu, winning the second game.
So if it's going to be Hayastan, it will be the winner of the finals, because 2-0. If it's going to be Santu, we will have the third game. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Santu has it all to do right now. Exactly. He has it all to prove, because Hayastan, like we said, hasn't lost a single match just yet. Right now he has drawn one, so he's already got a point against him, you could say. But right now he really wants to make it materialize. He really wants to put it in a bracket to make that 0 there, make it a 1, and then make sure that the third game is forced. And then if that works out, then he will be going in with full confidence, I'm sure of it, because that's back to square one for both these players. And then certainly it's Santorini's to take. But we're not just there yet, because, of course, let's not forget Hayastan has been firing on all cylinders throughout this tournament and throughout this grand final as well. And he's about to unleash one of his through balls again. No, not going to happen. Good defensive work there from Pogba for, of course, Gabriele Santorini. And right now he's looking threatening. Oh, look at that. Perfect passing, and there comes on the side of the crossbar and in. That is absolutely insane. That's a golden goal that you want to see. That's gonna be a highlight reel on every replay totem.
I would ask René, sorry, I would ask Loki to comment the faces of the two guys right now, because they are literally not showing any emotion.
They're very calm and collected.
Not really feeling. Yeah, exactly. I would be
very calm and collected.
Exactly. The opposite of me. But incredible to watch you guys.
They're used to this level of play, I guess, and Santu really turned up the pace in the second game, so it's good to see that he's able to keep it calm.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the match right now, because just as a recap, but I give you the rights, René, please recap the situation so far.
Yeah, so of course this has been an insane final. So if I'm not mistaken, it was Santorini creating here the beautiful golden goal, and that's probably the reason why both players are remaining calm and remaining cool and not jumping up, screaming, shouting, or because of course they know they have another match coming, so they need to keep, like we said, keep that heart rate at the exact steady level, keep their energy levels the same, because they're going to need that energy. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's an entire tournament full of best of threes. You're going to want to have your head in the game. You're going to want to have your focus. But this second game, it was great. I mean, Santil 1, certainly you'll have seen On the pro level, you see
I've
different
said it before
games.
that Gabriela was going to win this golden goal. So my prediction was good,
For
actually.
sure,
But now Gabriela has understood that he had to change the squad. Now we're starting again with the 4-2-3-1 because he has seen, Daniel scored 3 goals with Dembele, and Dembele of Gabriela, that was not playing in the first game, scored the goal on the golden goal. So now... Now I don't know what to say about this last match, because the first one was dominated by Daniel. The second one was comebacked by Gabriele. I think we will see a really balanced match, and the important thing in this match is to do not make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you are gonna win. So for me, who makes few mistakes is winning this match.
Absolutely, yeah. How do you like the mindset of these guys? Staying calm and not overly celebrating, not overly being distraught by conceding a goal?
It's not so common, actually, in the FIFA scene, pro competitive and non-competitive scene. So I like it.
I like it, yeah, for sure, for sure. Good through ball there once again. And once again, we have Hayastan playing in the blue kits. Thanks, guys, for keeping that a constant. That's easier for us to follow, of course. In the white kits, once again, Gabriela Santorino. And he's on the ball right now, and he's looking to exploit some of that space behind the back line, although there's still 4 defenders left there to deal with the danger. And there we go. Taken over by Kingsley Coman in the hands of Hayastan. And good link-up play there to feed it to Coman. Pocket of space on the right flank, waits for the runners in from midfield, triggers the run, there he goes, feeds it into Dembele,
Dembele again!
Wow, but this time for Hayastan, and it's in the 9th minute of the game already. But of course, we've seen the exact same happen in the second game, of course, when Hayastan took up the mantle of scoring the first goal. Oh, well, no, he conceded the first goal, actually, but then he scored 2 in quick reply. And then he went up 3-1 before the break. So once again, we see him firing on all cylinders in the first half. Not unusual, not uncommon, because he scored most of his goals actually in both these games in the first half. There we go. Maybe another. Nope, not just yet. Santorini defending well. Daniel Bedrocian, like we said, a finalist last year. He's played ever since FIFA 04 on the PC. And then he switched to PlayStation somewhere around FIFA 8. Of course, in 2008 as well. That's a bit of a mistake there. Like you said, Santil, you don't want to make mistakes in this final. Of course, this is not in a situation on the pitch where it can hurt you instantly, but in the end, it might nibble away at your confidence, right? Especially after a spectacular second match like just now.
Yeah, that's all. Wait. Okay. Like I said before the match, Gabriele made a mistake, like going forward from the edge of the box. You lose the ball, and when you lose the ball near your box, you are going to own it, because it's too easy for the opponent to come inside. And now it's trying to make the pace of the game higher. He's trying to. We will see if he will be able to.
For sure, yeah. So Bedrocian, our finalist for the second year in a row. He has been playing FIFA Ultimate Team for over 4 years now. He's an avid player of the game. Like we said, not a pro, casual gamer, but still quite competitive. He loves the game so much that he likes to play it almost every weekend. And then Santorino on the back foot, of course. But still, back to square one. He's forced that third game. So he could very well still take it all, although right now he has to make at least 1 goal in this match, at the very least. And that will create another new match with golden goal situation and potentially even penalties if it goes all the way. Oh, there we go. Santu with a bit of a foul. Call the cops. No yellow card needed there. We're going to see a cross whipped in, maybe. The free kick has already been taken short. He's going to try and create that 100% chance that Santil already talked about. Santil 1. There we go. Feeds it in towards the back line. Threatens. Holds it. And there it is. Pulls the trigger. Oh, that's spectacular. Paul Pogba, Manchester United midfielder, has been criticized at times, but of course still one of the very best midfielders in the world ever since his days in Turin. at Juventus. Close
I
to
remember
where,
those, René. I remember
for
those.
sure. Close to where our friend
I
Enrico
was there
is sitting
watching.
right now. Oh, man. Yeah, he was playing in the midfield with Arturo Vidal and Andrea Pirlo. Insane.
That was a midfield I definitely miss.
Would you prefer that midfield or the one with Edgar David, Zinedine Zidane, and Pavel Nedved?
Both are very good. Definitely better than the one we have right here. But let's talk about football.
For sure, yeah. Here we go again.
It's that time for
exactly.
Juventus.
Yeah, Hayastan 10. Here he comes once again. He's already 2-0 up. Can he create a third before the break? He did it in the second match and then finally did still give it away. Or, well, Santorino took it back, more like. Hayastan, there we go. Great skill moves coming in threateningly once again. Tries to go for the showboating. A little bit of a highlight reel play, but that's not gonna be able to convert. Tries to find the space on the left flank. G-Sentu combining. There we go. Good combination. Ben Yedder loses the ball. And then we've got Paul Pogba once again, scorer of that beautiful second goal. Thomas Lemar partnering up with Dembele, one of the most dangerous men up front. Kylian Mbappe loses the ball. Well, almost loses the ball. Still keeps possession. Here's a 100% chance. Surely he's going to convert. Yes, he does. He does it every time, doesn't he? Kingsley Coman. Also a history at the club from Turin, Juventus, or Piemonte Calcio, as we said last year. That's going to be interesting, by the way.
Actually, that's a huge reaction by Daniel after losing the game at Golden Goal.
Oh, yeah.
He came on the pitch on the third game, and now it's 3-0 up. So really nice reaction.
Yeah. Nice from Sentu to keep on plowing as well. He's going to get a free kick here right outside of the box. Like you said, I'd go straight for goal, or is this too far out? It is quite far out, so he's going to have to lay it off. He's going to have to try and find that back line. There he goes, connecting. Oh, he should have laid it off for the striker
Great
there.
save.
Yeah, for sure. But maybe he should have laid that one off. One more pass would have created a 100% chance, and then he could have put it towards the far post. Wouldn't even have had to put much power on it. That's a good attempt, but great defending by Hayastan once again. Like you said, great reaction from him to losing that second match. He's up 3-0 before the break. Santil 1. Of course, looking at these statistics, it's very dominant by Hayastan. And right now, Santorino, he has come back from 3-1 down. Are we going to see the same in this second match? How likely is it? Could you put a percentage on it?
Hard to guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, but now he's switching to a 5-3-2, but it's a fake one because he's playing with Coman and Bayeder, like Coman and Dembele, like wings of the like right back and left back. So I think that that they will be like wings in offense. It will be like a 3-3-4, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I never seen it before.
Yeah,
I've never seen it before.
Same. So is it even still possible, or would you say that this is all done?
Really hard, but possible. I think
sure.
that it's possible. Still possible. He has to score in the first 20 minutes of the second half. Of the second half. If he scored before the 50 minutes, he has some chance.
Yeah. And usually the substitutions come in around minute mark 70, somewhere abouts, plus or minus 10 minutes, right? Unless there's an injury, of course.
Like 65, 70, more or less in those minutes, yes.
Yeah. If you're Santorino, who would you bring from the bench?
Actually, I think that he put inside Coman and Griezmann, so I don't know if he has more strikers to make to put in the pitch. I think that he put it. Everyone he has on the bench are now in the pitch. So we'll see. We'll see.
He's going all in, balls to the wall. Play big or go home, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Even if he loses this one, he can go home and say, "I've tried it all. I've given it my best shot." And here we go. Hayastan 10 once again reaches the back line. Threatening to cross, but doesn't quite do it. He chooses possession, and that's a smart game, because with every minute that passes, with every minute that goes away in this match, that big prize that he's eyeing is coming closer and closer. He can already smell it. Certainly, there he goes into the box. Once again, looking for space, holding on to the ball. He knows possession is key. He knows possession is right now the holy grail. There he goes. Perfect link up, perfect through ball. Still one more pass to make it 100% chance like we spoke about so often. He does it perfectly, and Kylian Mbappe pulls the trigger and maybe even brings down all hopes, all confidence for G-Sentu, because right now he's in a spot of bother. He's in between a rock and a hard place. It's going to be so tough to come back from this mentally, but of course statistically as well, because we've got 60 minutes on the timer, only half an hour left to go in game time. And of course 4-0 up, Hayastan 10. Finished second last year. He's looking so good to take it all this year. And he could very well do so. Sentu, great challenge. Well done. Perfectly on the ball, of course, takes the man as well. Oh, there he goes. That's a foul. Certainly the free kick. He knows he has to hurry. Instantly takes it. And we're seeing more and more fouls from Hayastan. Santil 1, is that something that you see more often, to try and slow the game down, to try and take away the pace?
Actually, I think that Daniel is just enjoying this last 25 minutes. So he's going forward and he scored again.
He's certainly enjoying it now. Paul Pogba with his second of the match, creating the 5th goal for Hayastan. And right now, Daniel Bedrocian is certainly looking solid to take it all. 5-0 up. 68th minute has just started. And look at that, combinations from Santu. Maybe he can do something back. Needs to create something to still have a good feeling. Like you said, he needs to score within 20 minutes. Those 20 minutes have passed by now. So certainly it's not anymore in the realms of looking likely to be overturned. Is it still possible? I'm starting to doubt it. He needs to score a few in quick succession in order for me to believe in it once again. But surely Santorino is going to try. He's going to remain positive. Here he goes once again. Good skill moves. Feeds it to his lone striker. Waits for the link-up play, Paul Pogba. And there we go, through ball, but I think it's offside. It does hit the back of the net, but that's unfortunate for him. Unfortunate that it's not going to count. And Enrico, what did you want to say?
It was offside. That was just my guess.
Right. Yeah, for sure. There we go, another one. He just keeps on piling up the misery. Kingsley Coman now for Hayastan, adding the 6th. And right now adding some gloss to the scoreboard. Certainly Santorino must be growing frustrated. He just wants at least to score one, to make that scoreboard look less daunting. Because he knows by now that with 15 minutes left to go, certainly it's not doable anymore, unless there's a total meltdown on the other side and just simply laying down and taking it. No mercy by Hayastan 10, that's for sure. H10 DB777 was the nickname, so maybe a big fan of Hayastan, starting with H10. Very likely, because with play like this, you'll certainly gather a lot of fans. In the world of FIFA, his left attacker was in an offside position, not anymore though. Now we can look for him, although he does go straight through the middle. We're going to see a penalty. Oh my lord, it's getting worse for Santu even. No card. But still, we're going to see a spot kick, and very likely it's going to be 7-0. Oh.
No mercy from Daniel.
No mercy. Would you just dive with the keeper, or would you stay standing still, Santil 1?
Stay standings.
Yeah.
It's gonna make the Panenka. No, not Panenka.
Oh, not this time. But it is done very, very often in FIFA to make sure that you don't shoot wide of the target. Santorino does want to score that one more goal to give the scoreline an easier sight. But of course, he realizes that he's looking at the big winner of this year's Reply Totem FIFA 21 tournament. It is Daniel Bedrocian, the man who doesn't train too much. He just plays weekend league to try and calm down from a stressy week. Just playing for fun, and like you said, he's playing this final match for fun as well. He's a big fan of Borussia Dortmund, by the way, coming from Dortmund as well. That was clearly offside. Yep, called back. Santorino is going to get at least one more chance if he plays his cards right, but that's exactly what he doesn't do. Hayastan once more fed in Will he score number 8? Will he be without mercy, like our viewers have seen? He's trying to be, but Santorino puts a stop to it. No more shenanigans, he says. And he goes venturing forward once again. His runner on the left. Could he feed it in now? Over the top. No, doesn't go for it. Feeds to a striker. Not going to be able to skip past the defender there. 3 versus 5 situation. So, of course, Hayastan is going to wait for a link up from midfield. Finally does go for the move. And there we go. We see the final whistle. What a match it has been. 7-0 in favor of Daniel Bedrocian. And he's still remaining very, very calm. But last year, he was second in this very same tournament. This year, he does it all. He takes home the first place prize. And of course, it's the Sparkle Reply branded gaming chair and the Totem tracksuit. Very, very well deserved indeed. He managed to win all of his matches up until this grand final with 2-0. So, well,
let's go there, Rene. Let's involve the 2 players, Daniel and Gabriele. Guys, how has been? Let me start with Daniel, of course. Daniel, happy about it?
I'm happy, but I don't know what happened in the last game.
You're on fire, man.
You are surprised by the results of the last game or the second one?
The second one was a great comeback. I have to admit, yes. But it's FIFA. Sure. In every game you can win one game and you can lose another.
That's it. Gabriele, your comment about your second place, that is not that bad, I would say, anyhow.
The third game, it's a bit completely blackout, but it's a fair result in the total. The 2-1, it's okay.
Let me say that. You are in the same position of Daniel last time in the first edition. So next time you might be the winner.
Yeah. And you are the only one to take a match off of him.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's another very important point.
Yeah. After 3-1 down, so for sure.
Exactly. Epic. As we said, Daniel, you are the deserved winner of the prizes for the first place, which are the Reply Sparko gaming chair coming to you in Gütersloh. So it's a great point, together with the jersey of Reply Totem that I would like to show you again. Here coming, thanks to the Reply Totem team for giving us those beautiful awards. And of course, for Gabriele, the prizes are coming as well, which are the gaming keyboards and the Reply Totem jersey as well. Here, I show it up again just to give the rights to the guys for such a beautiful prizes that they gave us. Thank you very much. Sure. So to Gabriele from Technology Reply in Verona and to Daniel from Cisco Plan Reply in Gütersloh, the 2 finalists of the FIFA 21 Reply Gaming Tournament part that have been commented by Mr. René Treur. René, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Grazie.
It's been great to have you together with us again, and I would like, if you'd like to stay with us for the coming next of our games for the finals, which deserved a new caster, a new commentator already introduced, but Mr. Walcott is here with us.
Hello, good evening. I'm pretty excited. As I said, I'm devoted to League for the past 2 years now, and it's been a long time since I had to commentate some Rocket League. Rocket League is getting a lot more viewership and fans all over the world. RLCS, which is the peak of competitive esports, so it's getting so many viewers nowadays. A lot of huge esport organization are investing into the esport. We just have a national Italian championship finally after long years without it, and a lot of fans are joining in, so I'm pretty excited to get back to Rocket League. And as I said, the level is pretty high for these finals. I didn't expect these type of players. I thought this was more the casual side of things, but I see we have grand champions and champions facing each other in the finals. So I expect a lot of good mechanics. The game is certainly has a high mechanic ceiling, and some players can do some insane stuff with the controller or the mouse and keyboard.
Sure, that's true, definitely. I would say, let me say thanks to Santil One as well for the FIFA commentary. Thank you very much, man.
It was a pleasure for me and an honor to be here with you. So I enjoyed a lot this night and these finals. My congratulations to Daniel and Gabriela as well. To Daniel for the last game, to Gabriele to finish that game, because it's not that easy to lose a 5-0, 6-0 and continue to play. So it was really nice, really well played.
That was it. So thank you very much to Santil1 as well. We leave you to your training part of the night if you'd like, and of course, good luck for the rest of your tournaments coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
Finger crossed.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed. We'll keep following you and all the other Reply Totem teams member in the different tournaments. In the meanwhile, I would say thank you very much to Daniel and Gabriele as well, because it's already time to welcome the 4 players of the Rocket League part, which has already to start kind of immediately. Loki, are you Rocket League fan as well as for FIFA, or?
Not competitively, but I recently played Rocket League, and it's quite a fun game.
Quite fun game. I know in London the Repliers community is very
very fun.
The community of Repliers in London is very focused on gaming, right? You organize nights in the office, kind of.
Recently, that's a new thing. I'm trying to grow it. I think they used to before my time, but now I'm here. I'm going to try and bring it back.
All right. That's great. I started watching the control room, which are working in order to welcome the players. I guess so. And Rocket League is already warming up. Walcott, I see faces appearing right here. I welcome the different guys, Gillo and Giuseppe, as the nicknames chosen. Hi guys, welcome on board. As well, Adrian, connecting from Munich, if I'm right. And it missed a 4th player, if I'm right. Let me just check. It should be Mattia, maybe, coming in. Let's wait for all the 4 players to split in the 2 teams. I would ask, Walcott, would you describe a bit the Rocket League environment for people completely unfamiliar with it?
Oh, for sure. So there's the RLCS, which is the peak of the competitive, as I said. It's franchise-based with qualifiers, so you get to see all of the big esports organizations from all over the world. And I think it's the first year we have a national championship this year for Italy. That's a franchise too, so team has to be invited, has to own a slot to the championship. And it's a pretty fun way to join the game even without playing the game, because it may be something too complicated for most players, actually, because it takes a lot of time to just get some enjoyment out of Rocket League, because the game is so damn complicated on a mechanical standpoint. The game is really hard. The first few sessions you might be actually just pushing the ball in a very goofy way before you actually get to fly all over the pitch and make insane flips and goals, flying tap-ins and stuff. So it's really fun to see and to watch the esports side of the game. And it's also very fun to play just for fun, just casually, as many of these guys say they do, but I don't actually believe them, since they are mostly champions and grand champions. So I expect a lot from them, and it will definitely be a lot of good games.
All right. So it's already time to start. They're telling me that Mattia will join us, even if it's not in the call. It's connected with the game that I see appearing right here. All right, there we go. I see the start. The start. Yeah, the first screen of the game with an orange car. I guess waiting for an owner in order to start. It's similar somehow, René. Just to take familiar with it, there is part of football match into the Rocket League thing. So you might be a co-caster if you like, because cool. Something coming from FIFA is into it as well.
Yeah, usually I prepare better about the players that are joining in, but of course I do know this game and I love it, and I've played it a lot. And for our viewers out there, if you haven't played it yet, it has become free to play since last year, since 2020. So be sure to download it and give it a go, because it's insanely fun, like Walcott said, and it has an insanely high mechanical skill ceiling. You wouldn't believe it. I've been playing a few times, and I've managed to reach platinum level. But then there's a lot of levels above it, so there's a lot of room for improvement still. And I think it would take years to truly master this game and to truly be able to hang with the best of the best at the highest of the esports levels, so to speak.
Waiting for the game to start, I will introduce the two teams, which are I Won the Chair, composed by Adrian from Autonomous Reply in Munich and Giuseppe from Cluster Reply in Milan, versus Yvette's, made by Andrea from Triple Sense Reply in Turin and Mattia from Blue Reply in Treviso, which are so 3 different cities, 4 different cities and companies all over Europe, in Italy and Germany. Waiting for the game to start. I guess the guys are still warming up. I'm looking at the control room. If anytime is good, right, guys? When you want to start, so feel free to push the button when you want. We wait for the. You have to invite us in the game, guys. To invite the control room here. This is important for us in order to stream the game, okay? So you have to invite... Sorry, everything is live here, okay? So exactly, thank you very much. Connecting from 4 different cities, 2 countries in the world. We have to make each step properly in order to do this. Mind to invite our account into the team as a spectator in order to go. And don't worry, it takes time, but we can do it, okay? In the meanwhile, I remind everyone connected with us that you are watching the Reply Gaming Tournament 2nd edition finals made by FIFA 21, which have been already celebrated, with the one winner, Daniel from Gütersloh, north of Germany, from Cisco Plan Reply, against Gabriela. That has been a very tough opponent. We are right now about to start the Rocket League games, waiting for the invitation of our account into the game. And then we will celebrate the finals of League of Legends in another round of 2 teams playing 2 versus 2, and it will be another addition to our Reply Gaming Tournament live streaming finals, because it's a new game, as we have already said. I'm asking the control room what are we waiting for? I guess the invitation of our account. People, okay, they're telling me that it has been done, so we have still to be invited, guys. Waiting for you. I don't know who is in charge of this. It's Gillo, Giuseppe, Adrian. Would you unmute yourself and letting us know live if you need any assistance in doing that?
So, Walcott, while we're waiting for the games to start,
sure.
This game is usually played, at an esports level, it's either 3 versus 3 or 2 versus 2. How is it played usually at RLCS, the most important league in the world, Rocket League?
3v3. 3v3 is definitely the most elaborated mode. There's a lot of roles players have to cover. It's really hard to find an opening, and it usually takes a lot of minutes before you even get to see a goal, because the players are so good at covering and taking turns in getting aggressive towards the aggressors, ironically, because it's a matter of getting pressure on those who control the ball. You don't want to leave them too much space, otherwise they can just push the ball into the net without you being able to do anything about it. So it's really a matter of being an aggressive defensive player, and most offensive players are so gifted mechanically, you don't even imagine. Some players can literally just alley-oop themselves into the net, so to say, combining great passing skills, great vision of field, and I guess some of these players could actually pull off some of those mechanics, even though most of these players say they're pretty down to the basics. Not many of them are confident enough to just soar the skies and push the ball into the net with flip resets and stuff, but usually most players, even just playing the ground game, just being very disciplined and taking turns in covering the net, usually can get to higher ranks like grand champions and champions. I myself was a champion some years ago, playing mouse and keyboard, playing very safe, very mid-ground game, just being disciplined and covering the net when I was supposed to. But yeah,
Nice.
you can actually have different play styles. Many players are highly mechanical, really offensive. Some others are just more patient and down to the basics and are just good teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you say at the highest level when playing 3 versus 3, what's usually a good strategy? Are they rotating? Because at some point you're playing on the offense with usually 2 guys and one is hanging back to cover the goal. But at some point you run out of turbo. Would you rotate and would your teammate who's covering the goal come in to try and get that ball in? Or would you usually have one guy just hanging back and playing keeper? Because that wouldn't be a great role, right?
Yeah,
just
there's some teams actually do have a dedicated keeper, but it's mostly a matter of communication. When someone runs out of boost, you have to give them time to collect some boost and to be actually enabled to defend, because most of the times without boost, you cannot even defend. You can just make a small jump and that's not enough to cover all the net. So you have to take turns, be a great communicator with your team, and in 2v2 changes a lot because spaces are way wider. You have to be quicker. There's no time most of the times to collect boost and to just have disciplined rotations. You just have to go with it. You just have to try and even body block your opponents, maybe ram them so they cannot connect with the ball and just push it into the net. So most of the times 2v2 is even more fun, I would say. It's much more freestyle and improvisation rather than discipline and tactics and communication.
Yeah, and there's more chances for goals, right?
They are doing the job right now, guys. Thanks for your time in the comment. I have a question for you. What is the role of a commentator? As we have Santil1 as a professional player, an example of a professional esports player, I would ask you, what is your routine? Is it part of the esports industry? Is the caster role, right? So starting maybe from Walcott, what is your routine? How many tournaments you comment during your average year?
I'm a bit of a unicorn, I would say, and I'm pretty proud of it because I actually commentate a lot of different games. I have background in card games. I used to be a pro player for Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, so it doesn't really it's something much different from what I do today. But I started with Hearthstone in a couple of years ago, and being a pro player, I could provide a lot of insight about the game. And those unfortunate events where I was eliminated very soon, I just took the mic and I just go do some commentating. So that's how it started. Nowadays, I just commentate a full year the Korean Championship for League of Legends, but I've been casting Valorant, I've been casting Magic the Gathering in the past 2 years. So yeah, it's I'm a weird case about it, but most casters have their dedicated game they have to cast week in, week out, and that's it.
Seems like we are into the stadium right now. Finally, the guys together with us have created the game and invited us into it. So Walcott, your hands to the steering wheel.
There we go. So I expect a lot from these guys, grand champions and champions. We have in the blue side Giraffe and Pepe, while we have Micangelos and Gilo in the orange side. Already some huge offense coming on from blue, immediately stopped by Gilo, who doesn't attend the net. He just goes for it. He just goes in and just puts it in the middle of the field for his teammate Micangelos, which now has to cover from this offense. Panenka sort of shot just gets covered. He's the crossbar and some kind of a messy offense here. Not very disciplined players. They're just going at it. They just don't wait for turns. The net is always empty for both teams. This might be a dangerous game for both, but somehow the ball is staying in the middle of the field. They are both expending a lot of the boost just to control the ball in mid-ground. And now we might have some offense from Gilo using the walls to just try and get over his opponents, working side by side. They're trying Pepe and Giraffe to just take over the opponents and just round them. There's some ramming going on from Pepe, if I see correctly. He's just trying to get rid of the defenders from the net. Okay, now they just get to control the ball. Gilo from this side, threatening a pass in the middle, no one to get it. And there's a two-man defense. No one is there to connect.
It was a great center ball.
He's taking a defensive stance. He wasn't there to just push the ball into the net. it's something that may occur if you're too passive. So that's why I was mentioning being aggressive and trying to actually bring the one player defending to just take the shot, and end the moment.
Yeah. Could it have been a lack of communication as well?
Yeah, maybe. I think the style of this game is pretty electric, pretty not very disciplined or tactical. They're just going at it. They're just trying to see if the
Look at
opponent
that.
is
Sick aerial.
We have some
going for the double tap.
Maybe the tap in was. He was trying to maybe ready the shot for his teammate with a tap in on the crossbar, but it's not that simple. So I was trying to mention the players. Oh, we have a goal! Yeah,
we have one.
We have one finally. The action was pretty chaotic, I would say, and this is the risk you take when you leave the net open like that. The blue team was pretty much running side by side, trying to get something going on in offense, even ramming the defenders, trying to cover the net. And they ended up having yet again, they have a clear goal because they're not defending. They don't have a dedicated player for the defense. They're just trying to go at it. And for now, Gilo and Mikangelos are finding the openings. And they might want to take it a little more slowly because it's not working. It's
what about the yellow? The yellow pits, Wolcat, on the yellow, how to call those yellow dots on the field?
Yeah, they're boost boxes. Basically, the huge one at the corners of the pitch provide 100% boost, while the small ones, if I remember correctly, they provide 20.
All right.
So it's a matter of collecting those so you can boost, so you can take off and actually fly with your car. And if you reach a certain speed, you can actually demolish the opponents. And that's what Pepe is trying to do. They're basically working in a 1+1 offense situation where Pepe is taking care of the defenders while Giraffe is taking control of the ball and actually trying to create some chances. But at the moment, it's been a patient game from the orange team, just waiting for the blue team to whiff the ball and just stick it in the net. Now, good tap in for the middle. Nope, he gets demolished. And now Mikangelos is giving something back to Pepe. Demolishing game is going on. Might be an open net. Nope, Mikangelos is there to cover. Flying tap in, and it's saved just on the crossbar. The tap in doesn't go in, and Giraffe can clear the ball, but careful. There's a counter attack now. Maybe it's in the net. No, tap ins to the wall. Gilo is sticking to the side. It's pretty easy to clear from there for the blue team, and so it is. They're going on offense. Very fast-paced game. No dead times. There's really no dead times, no preparation. They just go after the ball and try to just put it in without the defenders being able to actually understand what's going on. Pepe now covering on defense. He tried again to demolish a defender. Good block here. Just
great
clearing
save.
the ball. And there's a chance to fly and take a tapping in, but two defenders are there to cover. Nice shot from Pepe and Giraffe here. Nice flying tap-ins by the two. Now orange team has to cover. It's a pretty chaotic situation. Enough boost? Nope, not enough boost from Gilo, who gets actually pushed by his own teammate, but ball is well over the crossbar, and so it's another situation where the blue team has to run back to defense with no boost. We see Giraffe only one boost, but nice!
Oh, well played.
Wow, nice Panenka there, but the boost wasn't enough. Giraffe, nice on under boost to defend, and two defenders are there to cover. See, now they're much more disciplined, two defenders at a time even, because at a lower level, while the mechanics are not there exactly, you might want to just play the defensive game and wait for the opponents to miss on offense. And that's what Orange team did. And probably that's how Team Orange will get the first win with a 3-0, maybe even a 4-0 with the last 5 seconds. So we already can see how if you're not really capable of maneuvering your car in the best way, you might just play defensive and try to punish. And that's what Orange did.
Yeah.
As 5 seconds, not much time to keep the ball alive, so it's going to be 3-0 for Orange team. So yes, Blue, very offensive, very dirty, aggressive play style. They go punished hard, and Orange just took the W with nothing really of an effort. It was pretty easy for them for now. Maybe now I want to share the blue team will try to reevaluate their play style and play more defensive, because in the second part of the game, when they were much more composed and defensive, they actually found some interesting openings.
Yeah, for sure.
Already time for the second round.
Already the second one, of course, it's fast-paced game, not only in the commentary, but also, of course, when you're playing it. And there's a demolition from Pepe, which then puts the ball in from the assist, brought him by Giraffe. Nice action here. Pepe pretty much blocks the clearing attempt and just shoots the ball right in the back of Michelangelo's car. So it's an own goal, but nothing he could do there. So yet again, a kickoff. Lucky bounce from Pepe and Giraffe. Easy coverage for Gilo. No boost though, so he has to be cautious. He could be pushed into zone net with no boost. Okay, now he collects it. Nice shot, but it's just wide to the left of the net. Gilo now maneuvering very patiently with the boost. He may arrange an offense. Nice pass to his own teammate. There's no lucky bounce to overcome the defender there. Maybe Gilo. Ooh, he was kind of a wide shot, but then Pepe again the tap in. Now they're much more disciplined yet again.
Wow.
The first shot was wide, but Pepe was ready, hunting for the ball and just overcoming the defender there.
That's a
very
great
fast
goal,
reply
by the
from
way.
the blue team.
Yeah.
Also, the adjustment he did mid-flight were really good. He just spun the car on his left to like hit it with his roof. Nice coverage here from Pepe. Much more discipline yet again. No hyper offensive style now, and in fact they're now up 2-0. Nice clear from Gilo right on the line, and now there's a chance for a counter offense. No, because Giraffe is not covering the net. He's playing very aggressive. Goes for the demolition of the defender, but the shot is a little too high. No goal now, but nice offensive action by Giraffe. And Pepe this time, again, they're trying always to ram at least one of the defenders so they have an open net to work with. Shot goes wide. Gilo has a lot of boost. He could go onto a wall right and shot, but Pepe is there to cover. It's like a crazy wild man style from Pepe, who does pretty much everything while Giraffe tries to adapt. Nice assist down the middle for Giraffe. Not enough boost to take flight and put the ball in. Nice.
Oh, well done.
Clear that turns into a goal from Gilo. Again, the patient game. Now we have a game in our hands. Finally, the two teams kind of calibrated their play style, and now it's not just hyper offense. It's not just passive play style. They seem to have found a mid ground.
I have a question, guys. The people on the audience or in the stadium here are cars or actually people?
Looks like they're people.
People. So waving flags, not into a car, right? Okay. Sorry, my you know,
so
I'm curious
there's
about
humans in the universe of Rocket League, even though you never get to see the pilots actually.
Very good question.
Nice.
Thank you, you know.
Coverage of the cross.
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, thank you, Loki.
Now Pepe tries to pretty much throw himself an alley-oop. Giraffe trying to get the ball down the middle, so it gets easy to strike for Pepe. Nice position for Pepe. A little try of a shot, but he could tap it in, and so he does.
Double tap.
That's a technical slam dunk when you bring the defender into the net with the ball. Nice slam dunk from Pepe here. And Gilo was trying to help his teammate out, clearing that ball, but the momentum from Pepe's car was just too much to hold.
Makes sense that the ball has to explode at the time of a goal. I mean, why not?
Yeah, you can upgrade your explosions.
Yeah, exactly.
You're unlocking them as you play the game for longer. Or of course you can buy them if you want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah. Some of the cosmetics are really expensive and really rare. So there's a bit of a market for those, but we finally have a game ourselves. Now Gilo playing more of a defensive style while Michelangelo's goes for the demolition attempt. I was looking at the side. Nice! Angelos tries to line up for the shot, but it doesn't connect with the ball. Now Pepe and Giraffe, the tandem attack once again, side by side. Again, Pepe tries to go for the demolish while Giraffe goes for the ball handling here. No boost for Giraffe. He has to be patient. He has to try and flip over the defender, which is patient. Angelos yet again. and goes for a counter-attack. 2v1 probably with Giraffe, no boost, has to recover. Pepe takes the ball in his own hands and tries to put it down the middle for Giraffe, who has no boost and cannot adjust to shot it in. Giraffe, no boost, has to recollect some and go to defense while Pepe keeps the pressure high. Careful, might be a shot attempt. A clear attempt that turns into a shot like just before.
Close one.
Pepe tries it again. Nice adjustment mid-flight, but cannot connect with the ball. Giraffe clearing. No one in the goal. Very dangerous situation yet again for Giraffe and Pepe. Somehow the orange team misses a wide open shot. Gilo trying to wall bounce.
I have a question
Yeah.
about the cars. Do the cosmetics make a difference to the driving style,
No,
or
not
are
at
they
all,
just
not at all.
purely?
Even the
Okay.
different car models, some have a slightly different hitbox, but
Okay.
it's such a small difference, no one even bothers. It's pretty much all the same.
So they
Some
don't
cars
matter
have
at
a
the
flatter
Oh, sorry.
hitbox that's more suitable for freestyle, but that's pretty much it. Most players just go with the default one.
Okay, I see. Even at the higher levels of play.
Yeah. So just some highly mechanical
Oh, wow.
player, while Michelangelo so makes it a closer game. Yeah, some highly mechanical player prefer the old Batmobile from 2017, if I remember correctly, because it has a much flatter hitbox and it's kind of easy to flip reset. So have the ball bounce onto your car, so you gain another flip.
It
and you can
completely
actually-
makes sense to have the 70s Batman car, Batmobile.
Yeah.
You know, why not? I would
Yeah.
say, why not?
And that's like the most suitable car for freestyling and highly mechanical play. But other than that, pretty much everyone plays what Gilo is playing, for example, and they just go with it because it's a simpler hitbox, kind of tall, so you can have some 50-50 won by that hitbox, and flatter car makes for harder 50-50s against other cars. So it's a high risk, high reward kind of situation if you can flip reset and you have very good mechanics. But like I would say 10% of the player just go for that type of car, while most of the players just go for default.
I love Walcott ways of commenting because it's completely normal for you to comment 4 people around the world driving 2 cars into a football field, playing with a big ball, trying to make goals.
Yeah, it's
I'm
pretty
fine with
chaotic.
it.
What are you
I'm fine.
suggesting,
gonna lie.
Enrico? How is that weird? If I walk
No,
outside
nothing's-
right now, I see my neighbors doing the same.
Sorry
In
for
real life.
interrupting. Please, third match already started. Go on.
They're going with it. So we have a 1-1 situation. This is winner takes all. So the playstyle from the two teams have really developed throughout the series. They are much more disciplined now. Ooh, takes some risks. Michelangelo's using a lot of that boost to try and go for a very hard type of attack on the side, but Giraffe has the chance to
well
just go with it into the net. Easy, overtaking the defenders. Nice bounce. As you can see here, it just throws Gilo off. It cannot recover in time. Nice shot to the open net. Really disciplined here. And as you see, if you're, as I said in the first game, if you're not highly mechanical player, you might just want to sit back and wait for your opponent to make a mistake, to just try and go on offense and just miss the shot. So you can just attack 2 versus 1, 2 versus 0 sometimes, like it's happening right now. Jones, just Pepe defending from Angelos and Gilo, trying to attack in synchron, like just Pepe and Giraffe do most of the times, side by side. One goes for the demolish, one goes for the shot. Angelos tries to overtake the defender. Nice fake here, throws the defender off. Gilo, retire of a shot, tries to tap it in. Angelos flying on the wall. Most times, once the ball goes that high, you just want to invest all of your boost and win the 50-50 midair to just throw the defender off. Nice bounce here, Pepe commits all of his boost to just dash through the defenders and go into the net once again. As you see, Michelangelos doesn't have enough space to just take off and block the shot. Nice play here from Pepe. You can even go for a fake there, just not push the ball at all, just let it roll into the net while the defender tries to anticipate you. That's something very funny that happens a lot, but he just goes for the simplest shot and just put it right down the crossbar.
Seems like the
Pepe.
blue team has really got that rhythm since that first game. They really
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah, they tried to find a middle ground. They were way too offensive to the point where they wouldn't get a goal, and Orange team could just push the ball onto the nets. Now their offense is getting a lot more disciplined and tactical, where Pepe just goes for the demolishment, Giraffe goes for the ball handling. Most times he just pushes the ball in or goes for the tap in, with walls used as a means of putting the ball right down the middle, like sort of like it did here, Micangelos, but actually using his own car. Nice defense from Giraffe. They don't have boost to operate.
They tried the 2-guy pinch with the 2-car.
It may happen, but it's really rare. It's
you
can
so
pinch the
insanely
ball
hard
between
to time.
cars. Yeah, it's super hard. You can pinch the car between your car and a wall, or 2 cars, and the ball just goes super speed. It goes light speed, and it's pretty much impossible to defend, but it's really hard to defy the physics in this game. There's just some really tight spots where you can pinch the ball. Nice. Micangelos here tries to overtake the defenders with a good jump shot, but it's up to Pepe and Giraffe. Giraffe wins the 50-50, but there's Micangelos covering. So now you can see Gilo taking position, tries to go for the tap in. Nice assist from Micangelos, actually. The ball was soft down the middle, easy to strike, but no boost there for Gilo to actually go and take the shot. Maybe even too slow of a ball to actually be put in. Angelos working to the sides as an open net in front of him, but Pepe goes there and disturbs him really well with all that's left of boost. Nice shot. Giraffe is trying to adjust mid-flight. It's a really tough shot, but somehow got it to hit the crossbar. As trio is really hard to recover. In Rocket League, you just play defensive and be very disciplined, and it's really hard at that point to just go on offense here.
Ooh, great
the
save.
recovery from Gilo. Micangelos had no
then.
boost, but goes again Pepe for the hat-trick, I believe. 4-0 for the blue team here.
Sick.
Gilo was
René,
trying
which is
to
the
recover.
football player that you might see as promising by driving one of those cars? I have some names in mind.
Yeah, Pepe looks like the Messi of Rocket League.
I was more curious about, Rino Gattuso or those kind of players really driving one of those cars.
That's the
would be
style he
good.
was going for.
I'm thinking Zlatan Ibrahimovic, maybe.
Why not? Why not? Definitely not the kind of a guy I would like to see.
He likes to destroy defenders. Maybe he likes to demo all these cars as well.
Yeah, definitely,
Why not?
definitely.
I think with 1 minute 15 seconds left, there's not much the orange team can do. Also, with a lead as big as this, you can just play defensive and sit back, but they don't seem to want to do that. Pepe is always looking for the demolition and trying to get some space to Giraffe. Nice defensive rotation by the both of them. Giraffe has no boost, so they have to get some time so Giraffe can collect some, while of course Pepe goes for the demolish and tries to go for the one-man offense here. The tap-in from Giraffe, no boost for Gilo that has to go on offense without speed. Easy to recover for Pepe Tanya, and just go for defense. Now, yet again, the tandem offense from Giraffe and Pepe. Tap in, doesn't get to the middle of the pitch. No way to put that ball in. Angelos and Gilo trying for the flying game here.
Close.
Oh, they managed to get it over the defense. Maybe there's room for one last offense from Orange team. Tries from some flip resets. It doesn't go very well. They just have to recover now. A lot of boost from Angelos to just go and try one last shot, but that would be it. Nice control on the ball. Mid-flight actually, but doesn't get in. 4-0 in the end. This super offensive style from Pepe and Giraffe pays off. Pepe solely devoted to demolition and offense. Giraffe much more disciplined, takes some turns defending, and then he puts it in. Well, actually, Pepe got an hat-trick this game, so not just offensive midfielder style of play, but also huge offensive style, huge striker, I would say.
Congratulations to I Won the Chair team, because you won the Rocket League finals for the Reply Gaming tournament. And actually, guys, I have a good news for you. You won the chair. You won it, and then you got it. You happy about it? I'm talking to Adrian from Autonomous Reply in Munich and Giuseppe from Cluster Reply in Milan. Don't know if both of you are hearing us. I think so.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Make some noise, guys. You won.
There are balloons.
A lot of fans in the chat too for Pepe.
I see it exactly. I see a lot of support for both the team actually, but then there was for sure a group of supporters for Pepe too. And I would say thank you to Andrea and Mattia for being with us. And I mean, you played very well because you were close to the win anyhow.
Yeah, we tilt a little bit in the last game, so we should have called. I want the keyboard.
That's the right spirit, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
I mean, we are happy to play this final, and congratulations to I won the chair. So enjoy it, but also congratulations from my teammates. Sorry if I had to stop the stream, but it was a little bit laggy. So
no problem. Definitely no problem. And thanks, of course, I would say, I definitely agree with you, Andrea. Thank you for playing with us. Out of, let me read it, out of 36 players and 18 teams, so you access the finals together with your opponents, and regarding the chairs, there will be other opportunities. Okay, as always, there will be other opportunities.
We'll try
in the near future to retry.
Yeah,
definitely. So thank you very much, you guys, for being together with us in the finals of Rocket League. Absolutely crazy game at my side, but we will be more than happy in having it together with us in the night, and thanks to Walcott for the live comment, and to René Treur. We made a new couple, I guess. You can.
Oh yeah.
You can go out with this new offering. Two casters for a new game.
Let's do it.
Okay, it's already time to welcome the third and last of our games. We are talking about League of Legends finals. Another 2 versus 2, because there are 2 players split in 2 teams. I see the people are already entering. Take your times, no worries. I would be more than happy in having with us you again, René, as you like, as you prefer.
I can't stay for this match, but I'll be watching it back on Chuck Norris.
Thank you very much. Okay, sure. Absolutely. And so I would say much, again, guys. Thanks. There will be time for another round together. I hope you will join us again.
I hope so. Yes, for sure. See you guys. Grazie.
Thank you very much. Prego. Thank you,
guys.
René, and goodbye. Exactly. I see in the gallery already 3 players waiting, I guess, for the last one. I welcome all of you guys. I see we have 2 different teams, of course, as the finalists are. So the first team is Pega 4 Dummies. Hope I'm reading it properly. And Cisco Plan BU8, that gives me the opportunity, I guess, to say hi to all the Cisco Plan reply guys who are together with us. I see the 4 names: Andrea, Lennart, Sergio, and Dennis. I hope I'm right. And welcome on board. I see already people supporting you, okay? Let's go, Lennart. Let's go, Germany. So good luck to all of you. Walcott will be, of course, our caster, our commentator for this final as well, together with me and Loki. And I guess you can already prepare the game by inviting us. I don't know if I'm telling is right. Control room is confirming me. Okay, thank you, guys. Again, we are live. It's 10 and 22 minutes. We are following the agenda. We are a bit late, but then you know that since all the games, Walcott reached the best of 3s, but we have to play all the 3 games.
Yep, I didn't expect anything less, since Rocket League is high momentum. The momentum can shift a lot. Some teams can get something going on in the first game and not necessarily the game after, like it was the case, unfortunately, for Team Orange. But I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here with the league event, because it's a made-up format, basically. So, of course, you might know League of Legends is played 5 versus 5 in the so-called Summoner's Rift, with Dragons, Barons, with 2 Nexus, 3 lanes. But for the 2v2 format of these finals, we're going to play in Howling Abyss, which is the map for the ARAM format, the all random, all mid, which is played 5v5. Same thing, 1 lane only though. You have to push the enemy nexus and destroy it to get the win. Here, it's a 2v2 situation, so the teams will have to just destroy 2 of the towers. So it's a matter of getting the push on the minion wave, and it's a highly tactical game, I would say. It's a very interesting game mode.
Would you, I mean, just for the completely unaware people of League of Legends, a bit of the, the scenario that we might expect, what's going to happen?
Well, I really don't know, because it's already 5v5 has so many different team compositions you could actually build, and every single one of them plays totally differently. With 2v2, it's of course it's much more of there's many variants to it, of course, but at the same time you could just go for so many different playstyles I can't even fathom. I could say one team may go for enchanter style champions with a lot of cheap spells to use to get the push and just try to destroy the towers, which are the win conditions, while you might instead have someone going for the for a marksman plus support, where someone just farms to the point he cannot be held back and just gets to the opponent and just destroys them, just constantly kills them under their own tower. So I don't really know. It really depends on the players. Usually in 2v2, I expect them to go for those champions with highly efficient mana costs so they can get the push on the wave and just try to destroy the towers. But I might be wrong. I really don't know. It's so fun because I have no idea how the format will play out. Probably these players are much more expert than me in this type of format since I only commented 5v5 Summoner's Rift style.
All right. We are waiting, guys, here in the control room for the invitation to us in order to be the spectator of the game. So get in touch with the Discord channel.
Yeah, I hope we get to see the champ select, actually, because it's going to play a lot of the a huge part in the game.
We like to. Still waiting. The control room here is telling me we are still waiting for the invitation of our account in order to spectate what's going to happen. Please have a look at the Discord channel of the backstage together with the Reply Totem team, and gives me the opportunity to say thanks to all the Reply Totem team that helped us in realizing the World Tournament. Walcott, just for your consideration, we had a total of 150 players split in the different, that was a good amount of players, I would say, for a digital consulting company that has, of course, to deal with a lot of business, but then nonetheless, they are passionate gamers all around the world. And the free games that I've already mentioned, of course, we had League of Legends, which is the game we are about to watch tonight, FIFA 21 that have been already played together with Rocket League, and then we had the special night on Call of Duty Warzone, which have been a lot of entertaining as well, and that we played together. I see that again the backstage here is working properly in order to be to have our account into the game. Still working on that, but then it takes a few moments. But then again, we are live, so please take your time to do so. I kindly remind you that at the end of this game, at the end of the League of Legends final, we will draw. We will share with you the results of the instant giveaway that we did for the Reply Totem merchandising. So stay with us to discover if you're going to be the winner of one of the beautiful jerseys or T-shirt that Reply Totem gave us just for you. And it's another great opportunity of playing together. The players are there. I see that still waiting for the start of the game. Again, we have to be the spectator of your match in order to start watching it. I'd say a great engagement on the platforms, because I see a lot of comments on our internal television, Chick Norris TV, and I'm happy again to say hi to all the repliers connected. And yes, thank you very much from Arlanis reply as well. And then a lot of people into Twitch as well. We had a lot of comments of people time by time supporting the different players. So it seems to me a good results in terms of engagement. Walcott, which are the in a matter of League of Legends, I would ask you, which are the admissible appointments during the year? Is there a very big tournament that people?
Of course, the World Championship just finished a couple weeks ago. It was some insane moment. I would say that League is the most viewed worldwide esports nowadays. It's pretty far above anything else. League of Legends is so beloved in every single angle of the world that it's really hard to even see where the second stands. because we had like an insane amount of viewership for the Italian community. For example, we set new records in Europe, in China, in Korea, in Italy. It was an insane year for League of Legends, and I guess it's just an immortal game. It's destined to be even more and more followed throughout the years, because it's not getting old, it's not getting abandoned, it's just getting better and better with more and more people watching and playing.
We are talking about, do you know some numbers about it in terms of engagement of people?
Well, for Italy, the record was set at 40,000 concurrent watchers.
Wow.
For this year. And while we have, like, for the French championship, with French has a lot of engagement, for the National League went around 400,000. While we have some for the finals, I believe that just the Korean channel, since the World Finals were a final between a Korean team and a Chinese team, just the Korean channel had something along 1.5 million concurrent viewers on Twitch. So we're really striking some television numbers here, maybe even better.
Exactly.
Since it's worldwide.
That's what gave me. Those are numbers of television usually. So the amount of engagement is huge, I would say.
League is among those few games that get there. I would say it's between CSGO, which is a really popular game, Dota 2, which has a really specific following. It's like an alternative to League, some would say, and League of Legends. Yeah, those three are way above anything else. Maybe Valorant is getting there from Riot Games, the FPS, but other than that, it's just very few games that hit those insane numbers, and League is one of them.
We just came out of the Milan Games Week in the past weekend. Have you been involved?
No, unfortunately not. I was just taking some rest after the long weeks of World Championships. I had the pleasure of being both a color caster and an analyst for the tournament, so it was some really intense weeks, and I just took some rest while some colleagues were actually involved in the finals for Circuito Tormenta, which is some sort of, we could call it either a like youth championship, because it's not the main series going on in Italy. The first championship, what we would call the Premier League or the Serie A, is called PG Nats, while Circuito Tormenta is more of a Serie B, Campionato Primavera, something for young talents to young talents to develop. Yeah.
The League of Legends tourney is about to start. I see the backstage here working deeply focused on having our account invited into the game. Hope it's going to happen in few seconds. Loki, you about London community, I see that there was a sort of League of Legends game, or no, it was another gaming night that you had there, right?
I hosted a Super Smash Brothers night. But I do know League of Legends.
My bad.
League of Legends is very popular in London. I have many friends that like it. I myself, I'm not too much knowledgeable about it, but I'm hoping to learn more under your wing, Wildcat.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
Come out with someone knowledgeable.
Okay, that's great. The four players are here warming up. All the four faces seems to me very, very focused and concentrated, right?
I got some smiles out of them, but yeah, they definitely are. I mean, League can be an highly mechanical game too. Yeah, some champions are really simple with really easy mechanics. Others really require some warming up, actually. And I don't know if we might see some of those really tricky mechanical champions here, because I mean, the mode is so particular. I don't even know what to expect. Since to be honest, as I said, these four guys are definitely much more expert than me in this specific mode, since they got here in the finals with 19 team totals, if I remember correctly. So a lot of competition went on with the League of Legends tournament. So I expect them to be very competent about this particular format. And I mean, every single format, I would surely know how to explain what's going on, what champions they drafted and why they drafted it, but I really don't know in advance what they would go for, because there's so many different strategies that could potentially work. As I said, or either champions with low mana costs that could just like demolish the minion waves so they can get the push, since the win condition is about getting 2 towers destroyed, or they might actually try a much more interactive style with their opponents. So they actually fight for the dominance over the minion wave and try to get the push. I really don't know. I really don't know what could go. I mean, we could see a scenario with support and carry. We could see some good solo laners put together to get the push, since solo laners are built to push the wave and actually take advantage of it. But it's going to be really hard for me to predict what these guys are holding for us.
We are about to discover it because we are into the game finally. Thank you very much to Reply Totem and the backstage room here. Yes, to make it happen. It just takes a while, but it was deserved. I see the two teams apparently already filled. And I guess it might be already the time to start the finals. It will be a single game, not the best of three. So just one game, 2 versus 2. 38 players into the tournament, split in 19 teams. And right here, we are watching the two finalists. One, Pega 4 Dummies versus Siskuplan BU8. I see people chatting there. I guess it's all set and we can start. I leave to Walcott again. The hands on the steering wheel are yours. Me and Loki here for a bit of help at your side, and maybe at my side some silly question if I have.
Okay, so we have a ban onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin is a champion with no mana, so he can just spam his abilities onto the wave and get the push, and also has good gap closing abilities to just create some action for his own team. Irelia, which has one of these players pay a tribute to her with his own nickname, Irelia-sama, is a great champion with a lot of wave clear, and it's super strong in fights with a low number of members, like 1v1s, 1v2s, 1v3s, she can really manage. But 5v5s are kind of tough for her because she has a lot of single target abilities. She's really good at attacking duels, not skirmishes with a lot of people. So Syndra, other interesting champion, much more on the mage type of champion, good wave clear, huge control with her W ability, which stuns enemies. And Malzar is banned too. That's a really smart choice. Malzar is another mage, control mage, with a lot of wave push. So I kind of predicted that both teams would go for some really safe picks about wave management, about pushing the minion wave. And these 4 champions are all great at it, while some of them are also great at fighting. Like Yasuo, another manaless champion, he can just spam the wave with his abilities. It's really hard to contest since he can just dash through every minion and be pretty much a crazy bouncing ball throughout the map, and it's really hard to control. Mordekaiser is another manaless champion with huge wave clear, chance to isolate a target with his ultimate and just force a duel against them, also getting stats while doing so, so he's pretty much every single time advantaged in his attempt to duel someone. And there's a Corki pick. So Corki is really great at scaling. He does a lot of damage, good wave clear, pretty weak in the very first few levels and without items, but as you might know, as some of you might know, the champion, the rhythm at which you gain gold in Aram is much higher than Summoner's Rift 5v5 mode. So you can actually get to items much faster in this mode than in Summoner's Rift. So maybe Corki will scale much faster. And now we have the complete team for Phantom and Ocean. It's a really interesting one. I wouldn't have predicted Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is a jungler, is an assassin. He needs to get isolated targets to burst them with damage. And this is a 2v2 situation where pretty much you can see your enemies every single moment of the game, while Kha'Zix likes to lurk in the shadows and like assault enemies when the moment is right. Brand, on the other end, is huge in terms of wave clear. He has whole AoE's abilities, area of effect abilities. He just spams the wave. It deals a ton of damage, and it's really good in 2v2 situation because his ultimate bounces off 2 targets, so he can just hit them and deal a ton of ability power damage with his ultimate. While we have for Xerolix and Irelia-sama a much more scaly carry type of team, while we have a kind of a support carry situation going on for Phantom and Ocean with Brand. But make no mistakes, even though Brand is usually a support type of champion, in this type of scenario, I expect him to go for AP items, trying to be the AP carry of the team. While Kha'Zix will probably try to hold the bushes and assault the enemies when they less expect it. on a matter of push for the wave, I would say that Corki and Yone have the upper hand here, because Yone spends no mana. He just have the same ability as Yasuo to just spam the wave with abilities and menace the opponents with his third instance of Q ability, which grants him a dash that knocks up enemies.
Walcott,
Yeah.
just to
A lot of notions, I know.
No,
I'm sorry.
I know exactly. But then I'm definitely curious and happy to have you here together with us. So we watched the selection of different characters and players made by the two teams.
Exactly.
That you, in an absolute professional way, you commented each of those choices. But then right now, we had these 3 minutes, that are already only two right now, of delay with the game.
Sure.
In order to, I let you explain it.
Yeah, so that since it's not granted that you can see your opponents in every given moment, like holding a bush, if you're inside a bush, your opponent doesn't see you, but you can see them.
That's true.
It's just fair that we actually delay the spectator mode for 3 minutes, so that they have to work for the vision onto the opponents. Like in Summoner's Rift, this is much more important, of course, because the map is really wide. You might not know the position of your opponents in any given moment of the game. While Aram style Howling Abyss map, it's much more about seeing each other all the time. But still, there are some bushes that you might want to hold, you might want to ambush your opponents from. So, of course, vision has to be gained with control wards, and we just face checking, as we say, the bushes. So it's only fair that we have a 3 minute delay for this reason.
That's it. It's already just 1 minute missing right here. But then we have a view that the others, a unique view of the four faces of the four players so far. Even if those are just three right now, I might have switched off the camera. They seems very, focused and concentrated. Those are faces of finalists, right?
Yeah, we have some really good players here. Like I had some bios from the players given to me, and I was excited to see some of these players because they have really high ranks. Like Gabriela Sama is a master, and Diamond 2 between master rank players. So we're talking about elite players here. And even though it's kind of, there's a wide spectrum of individual ranking for the players, this is a mode about synergy, about knowledge, about the specific game mode. So I wouldn't even consider the ranking for the Summoner's Rift 5v5 really that important here. I guess it's much more of a personal study that the players did in order to come up with these compositions of two champions in order to understand what to ban to the opponents. And seems like we're finally able to go in because the countdown ran to 0. So we're about to enter the Howling Abyss. That's how the map for the Aram mode is called, for the all random, all mid, which is a fun format you can play with your friends when you want to have a much faster game, very fast-paced, that there's no room for farming and laning phase and all that boring stuff no one wants to do. If you want to just go to the fighting and seeing 10 people at the same time on your screen, you just play Aram with your friends and have a fast-paced mode. But we're going to play 2v2, so there's going to be a lot of room for the players to actually do stuff.
Here we are.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm really excited to see what they're going for. So already the runes. Really interesting choice. So we have Fleet Footwear for Corki that gives him a lot of sustain. He just hits minion, he just gets some HP back. We have Comet for Brand that helps him with the poking damage for his W and E and Q. Kha'Zix goes for Electrocute and Ignite. As I said, he wants to burst enemies when they are isolated. So probably in 1v2 situation, 2v1, I would say situations, is going to be a threat. While Yone is going for Lethal Tempo, the freshly reworked Keystone rune now grants a lot of attack speed. So once this Yone can stick to an enemy, there's no escape for him. He's just going to mow him, and there's no way for him to just escape. So I'm expecting a lot of action right from the first wave, because this mode is all about getting the push. So yeah, of course, Brand is checking the bushes with his W to make sure no one is there, and now it's time to spam this wave and try to get the push. Of course, as I said, the farm is not as important in this mode. You just want to clear the wave as fast as possible and take as less damage as possible, because you cannot heal, you cannot recall in the base. You just have to stay there and fight with what you have. If you have low HP, well, that's on you, buddy. You have to be safer. You have to not get poked from that brand. You have to be safer. You have to go all in like this Yone is doing, getting the E down on brand and putting him on half HP. That's a good trade that Irelia got with his Yone. And now Corki getting the range advantage onto Kha'Zix, can poke him out. As you see, now Brand activates one of the healing systems you have in Aram. You just walk over those healing symbols on the right of the Howling Abyss, and an area of effect of healing gets thrown down at you. But also the enemies can benefit, so you want to zone them out. Another good trade from Irelia. Remember, Yone is not spending any mana for doing so. The only thing he spends is his own HPs, but if he's really quick at going EQW, then the shield from the W makes the trade pretty much non-interactive. He just goes in and he cannot get punished. This is a really smart choice of drafting Yone for this specific mode. Nice poke coming from this brand, but you also have to remember, this brand is spending mana to do so. So he has to be patient, and he wants to hold his own mana and just spend those abilities once he has them leveled up. He doesn't want to go and just spam the wave level 1 with an inefficient E spell, for example, which doesn't deal that much of an AoE damage.
Seems to me you have to calibrate, to balance a bit the effort in order to, properly organize yourself during the time of the game.
Of course, because you cannot recall in the base and get full mana, full HP, buy your items. You're just fully committed to the fight. You cannot run back. You just have to protect your tower. If you lose 2, you're out. The game is over. You lose the game. So you have to be very patient and disciplined. You have to dodge every single poking attempt. And these all-ins from Yone, especially. Once Yone has his third instance of Q, you can see the blue team now benefits from the healing that the red team wanted for themselves. So this is really huge. Now, as you can see, low mana for Kha'Zix, kind of a low mana situation even for Brand, but this is a mode that can be really turned out in a few moments.
Silly question, Walcott. May I? The two guys, the two for each team are not communicating, seems to me. Or am I wrong?
Since it's a 2v2 situation and everything is on your screen, probably it's just as efficient as communicating that just not saying anything, just being focused on your mechanics, because it's a highly mechanical mode.
You play and that's it. You just play.
Yeah, there's not much information you have to give to your teammate. Everything is on screen. You have to be very focused on your mechanics, on dodging the abilities from your enemies and making your own abilities count, especially if you're spending mana for them. If you're Yone, maybe you want to call to your teammate the moment you're going in, but it's pretty much obvious because Yone just presses E. As you can see, he puts behind him a clone, he dashes forward, and he can go all in, like he did right now. That's an all in from Yone. EQ3 with the third instance of his Q makes him dash and knock up enemies. So now it's getting into a tough spot because Corki and Yone are really healthy and they can just push. I'm not really sure about this Kha'Zix pick because it doesn't really do anything here. He doesn't have the burst he can just deal to opponents. He doesn't have that good of a wave clear. It's kind of playing the pokey style with his W, but other than that, it's being a pretty weak pick so far. Well, Brand, of course, is doing work.
It seems like this game mode is heavily reliant on individual skill and character choice. So if you pick the wrong character, it can bite you later on.
Yeah, exactly. There are very few characters, in my opinion, that fit this type of game mode, and I would say that both the ones from blue team are, while the Kha'Zix is pretty questionable for the red team, while Brand is a perfect fit, I would say. Huge AoE, huge distance, good efficiency from... Ooh, we might have a kill here. Yone flashes forward, does it connect with the Q? Connects with the Rashomon? No, it's Corki taking the kill. But nice spacing from Yone. Of course, Kha'Zix is trying his best to just get the second kill, but there's a trade back from Kha'Zix that gets the 1-for-1. And now that Brand is forced in the base since he died, and so did Yone. They can buy items and get back to the lane. And this is going to be a very important recall for Brand, because now he has a lot of AP and mana to work with, while Yone doesn't necessarily have the biggest item spike here. He already did a lot of work with an empty inventory, just going for those all-ins with his E and his Q and his W, while Brand is going to be a threat now.
It seems like the blue team had the better control of the mid for that push.
Yep, they do. They do so far, even though Corki is getting pretty low. He's forced to flash defensively, and now Brand is going to deal a lot of damage. Brand is going to be a problem. He has... I would be curious to see... Can I ask the control room to press O on their keyboard so we get to see the inventories from the players? It should be enough to just press O.
Asking to press O on the keyboard in order to see
exactly.
the inventory.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Perfect, perfect. Of course, we're going to have some of the view blocked, but we can see in the items the players have. So, as you can see, Kha'Zix and Corki didn't have a recall, didn't have a chance to go back to the base because they didn't die yet. Whoa.
Yeah.
Here, Kha'Zix might die. But Brand got back with a lost chapter, which is a super important item because it has mana refilling properties. So it can be more aggressive and try to poke a lot more, but he gets caught by Q3 from Yone, and another kill is going down by Yone that gets pretty much a double kill. 2 kills were on Kha'Zix, so he gets a shutdown for killing Kha'Zix, and now he's playing alone in this Howling Abyss and has the chance to push the wave, get some damage onto this tower. And remember, this is what wins you games in this mode. Demolishing those towers. Even goes and destroys the healing turret for his enemies. He probably wants to die here, so he gets a recall. And by dying without getting touched by an enemy, you get what it's called an execute. Execute doesn't provide any gold to your enemies. They don't even get accredited for the kill. So you basically just recalled for free and can buy new items. Smart choice by Reda-sama here. I guess it's a known mechanic you have to do in this type of mode.
Are the towers able to be healed as well, or do they have static HP?
Nope, they don't. So every single damage you deal to the tower is there to stay. It matters on the long run. So that's what was so important about this play. Yone getting those kills and having the priority over the wave to just crash him onto the enemy tower is a huge win. Also, you deny the experience of the dying minions because your enemies are in the base. They're not there doing nothing. They're just walking from their base to the towers. The minions are dying there, and they don't get the XP from those dying minions. So they might be back a level or 2 now. But, I mean, 3 kills to 2 is not that big of a deal. Nice usage of the Corki package here. Gets a gap close. Huge damage going in, and he dodges the W from Brand. This is another huge win. Yone is super safe, super healthy, while Kha'Zix and Brand are about at half HP. They benefit from the healing. Here, Corki has to be safe. Here you can see the Brand ulti. It bounces between the 2 targets and just deals a ton of damage. And now Kha'Zix has a chance to work on an isolated target, which is what Kha'Zix is built for. So he goes all in, and this Yone might just die here. No, he's there, and maybe he's even better for the red team to let Yone leave so he cannot recall. He's a melee champion who cannot get closer to his enemies without dying here. So huge play coming off that Brand, and we can see the Brand pick paying off here. Huge ultimate, bounces between the target, it deals thousands of damage to those 2 enemies, and now they get the priority over the wave and they can deal some damage onto the turret themselves. I'm loving this mode so far. Nice all-in from Yone. Of course, he has to still try and get some damage down, also because Yone has a Vampiric Scepter, so every damage he deals gets some HPs back. He has to play aggressive and keep the pressure up, otherwise he's completely cut off from the game. Nice usage now of the Q, which is free, gets a lot of healing. As you can see, Yone is pretty much getting back to full HP, just dealing damage to the wave thanks to that Vampiric Scepter. And now they have to do all over again, Kha'Zix and Brand, to bring them down. Nice all-in attempt. Here, Yone goes in with his E, but doesn't have the 3rd instance of Q to knock up enemies, so he just deals some damage and then gets back. No big of a deal for Phantom here. And now they just get back to pushing the wave, while Yone has an insane sustain or for himself. Just easy refilling his HP, smashing some Qs onto that wave. Nice poke coming from Corki. Remember, as I said, Corki and Yone are both scaling champions, good for a late game situation. So they're going very fast towards their late game power spike. While
Look at
Brandon
another
Kha'Zix,
silly question, if I can.
Sure.
There might be the chance to have, two different separated moment of clash in two different areas of the map. So
not in this mode, because
Not in this
as
mode.
you can see, there's just one lane, and you cannot overtake the tower because you are focused on that tower. You want to
Yeah,
deal
true.
damage to that tower.
It
So
seems-
you have no reason to just go past it and try to duel with your opponents.
all right. You answer me. Thank
Nice
you.
poke here. And here, of course, wow. Okay, we have 2 kills coming from the blue team. So they get a lot of damage onto the first tower, and they get demolish on it, and they go for the second one with a lot of damage too, since they defeated 2 enemies at once. So now they
Wow.
can all in this tower for the win. No one can
Wow.
be done to stop them. This is over. Yeah, second tower is down. They won. As you can see,
Whoa.
Leonard is celebrating. They just went for it. Once they got the ace, which is basically a full team wipeout, which consists of just 2 members here, they can just push freely. And so they did. They just rushed the tower in front of Phantom, who could do nothing to stop them.
Wow! Congratulations. So we expected. I mean, we actually watched the end of the game. In the meanwhile, it was so fast, right? I mean, the 2 towers collapsed in a rush.
Once the one was down, they had a huge item and XP advantage, and they could just run over the enemies, especially because neither Brand or Kha'Zix have huge defensive mechanisms. They just pretty much stay there and try to keep the poke up. I'm really interested to hear from the players about the strategies.
Me
because
too.
It's really a game of picking champions
guys.
and making them work. So I'm really curious to hear, especially from the guys playing Kha'Zix and Brand, why that Kha'Zix pick, because it's really peculiar for this type of game mode.
Who wants to answer?
Yeah, I was playing the Kha'Zix. We were really hoping to get some lucky picks on maybe Yone going forward with his Q, or maybe Corki doing a rocket jump out of position. So we were banking on that out of position pick with the burst damage.
Of course, yeah. As I said, Kha'Zix is an assassin type of champion, so he wants to work on isolated targets. But yeah, you took your chances picking that champion. It wasn't really granted that the opponent would go out of position. And I think that on the long run, the fact that both Corki and Yone were really efficient in sustaining themselves and poking or going for small all-ins like Yone did with his E paid off the most. So congratulations. And Brand was a great pick. Once he got the recall, Brand was really a threat down that down that lane. No one could do anything about his own damage, but Yone was very smart with his all-ins. Again, I don't know who of you, I don't associate the faces with the nicknames, but Yone did a great job. It was a constant threat with those small all-ins. It was really hard to sustain from squishy champions like Kha'Zix and Brand. So who was Yone?
Don't be shy, guys. Who wants to speak?
I was Yon.
Okay, Irelia-sama. Irelia got banned, but you got vengeance. So good job. It was a really good job from him. And also Corki keeping the pressure up with the poke. I mean, as I said, some champions have to spend mana and be very careful on how they do that. And that Corki was really a pain to deal with. Nice poking with the R, nice poke with the Q. Very nice job overall. And I was really surprised with the picks and the bans, because it seems that you guys really studied the format and did some homework. Very good job, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
What about, I was wondering about the Mordekaiser pick, ban. Was it because it's a manaless champion with a lot of wave clear, with chance to duel? I get it. I guess it's a pretty painful to deal with in this type of mode where mana isn't spent and you just can go on and clear waves, right? I guess Morde is really painful.
Yeah, so the whole idea behind the Mordekaiser ban was basically he ults, and then you have 2 separate 1v1s.
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
not knowing the players we were up against, not knowing how strong they were on individual champions, or having particular strategies, we just opted to take it out of the equation and and hope for the
really
best.
Smart ban. As was the Yasuo ban. ironically from the same team that then picked Ione, which makes a lot of sense because those two champions, manaless champions, really threatening, really mobile champions. They can go for all-ins, small trades, and they pretty much win everything. So, I mean, I'm really surprised, and at this point, I want more of this format throughout the year. Maybe some competition of 2v2s Howling Abyss because it's so fun. And
there will be for sure, Walker.
And it's such a deep pool to explore. All the different compositions you can play, all the different play styles. These guys went for carries pretty much. Every one of the 4 champions were trying to be a carry. But you can also go for an enchanter support style with a marksman. You can go with a bruiser with an enchanter, and I mean the possibilities are endless. So I'm really curious to see more from these guys. Congratulations.
Let me give the right celebration to Dennis and Lennart coming from Gütersloh. Both of you, right, guys, into the Cisco Plan Reply team. Congratulations for winning the League of Legends tournament out of, I've said, 19 teams. You were the first ranked. And, of course, it was a pleasure to having against you, Andrea and Sergio. Andrea, both of you from Blue Reply, but one from Turin and the other from Treviso in Italy. So, again, we had a lot of international players so far. If I'm right, just Italy and Germany this time. So, Loki would be... I see that the gamers in London are playing and training, but not accessing the finals. That's a point.
I'll tell them to pick up the pace. And
definitely, you
hopefully
have
next
to.
year they'll be here. Yeah.
So far, just German and Italians are doing great. I know we have a great community of players in Brazil and US as well, so it would be great next time in the 3rd edition of the Reply Gaming Tournament to have all the countries represented. Why not? It would be great. So, again, guys, thank you very much to Lennart, Dennis, Andrea, and Sergio for having played together with us. You happy about it?
Yes.
Yes. We're pretty happy.
That's great. The prizes are coming to you guys. The gaming chair for the first ranked together with some apparel of Reply Totem that you can show into your office. And trust me, you will be really the most invited guys into the office with people really looking at you in order to grab some more Reply Totem apparel. Thank you very much to you all, and it's the right time to say thanks to Walcott, our professional commenter, caster for both League of Legends and Rocket League.
Thank you. I hope I got to cast more in English at this point. I got some of the rust off, and I want to train more. I want to experience some more of this fantastic 2v2 mode in Howling Abyss. Hopefully, I'll be up soon.
You've been great, Walcott. Thank you very much. You helped a lot of us in getting familiar with the games and in getting, exactly. Used with the way that people are playing, explaining us time by time what was happening into the different games. Next time, why not other games, or we can maintain some and continue.
For sure. You guys have to keep this 2v2. It's super exciting. And of course, League needs some continuity because the game is so much more complex than any other out there. So hopefully we get to see new games, new 2v2 pairs dealing with each other. And it's going to be super fun.
Thank you very much, and see you soon. We'll be back with the Reply Gaming Tournaments. I say hi to Lennart, Andrea, Dennis, and Sergio as well, that were the last Repliers together with us. Loki, it's our final moment where we say thanks to all the people involved in the realization of the second Reply Gaming Tournament finals for this live streaming, but of course the tournament lasts for the last 1 month and a half, pretty much, with a lot of games and a lot of fun all over the Reply network. It's 11 and 2 minutes right now live, but we still have one deserved moment for our watchers, for our audience, which was to announce the giveaway winners for the fantastic Reply Totem apparels. You had the chance on the Instagram account to vote, to predict the winners of the 3 different games, and if you were right, you might be drawn casually, randomly, in order to win some Reply Totem merchandise. Let's see if we can share this slide with the giveaway winners. There we go. Congratulations for FIFA 21 to the giveaway winner Andrea R90. For Rocket League to our friend Dreozzo, which I guess it was one of the finalists of the previous tournament, first edition. And to the League of Legends, for League of Legends, to Adros or 233. No, it's too late to pronounce it properly. But then thank you for playing with us in predicting the three winners, the three team winners of the different tournaments, because you deserve the prizes that I have together with me. We will randomly choose who wins what, but there was the Reply Totem t-shirts together with the beautiful jersey that I have here together with me. And I mean, the last one, yes, another jersey. This one with the beautiful Reply Totem logo. It's been a blast, guys. Everything has been done. Thank you very much to have watched us. It's been great to have so many people on Chick Norris Television and on Twitch. Reply Gaming Tournaments will be back in 2022 for sure. Thank you very much to Reply Totem, because we made this together and we are very stronger together. So thanks for your help. Thank you to the control room here who made a great job. And of course, thank you to all of you who have watched us during this long night. This was Enrico. Loki, thank you very much for your help. You still with me?
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of this, and hopefully I'll be back next year with more knowledge on the
Definitely. Games. Next time in London, all right?
Yep. Hopefully, yeah. That'd be great.
We'll keep in touch. Thank you very much, you all guys. Good night. See you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.